I see you're talking a lot there.
Yeah. You already know how I do. You've been on this before, bro. You ain't new to this game. Today we're drinking whiskey to loosen up the gills here. Jameson.
JMO.
It's Irish whiskey. All right, actually, you know what? This is a good topic to talk about. You just tried for the first time a pickleback.
I did.
How'd you like that?
I was very surprised. Like, when you first said it, you're like, all right, just take pickle juice after it.
Yeah.
And then you said a dirty fin or whatever the heck.
Yeah, dirty fin is pickle juice with hot Tabasco.
See, that sounds gross.
It is a little bit.
Sounds
I don't like it.
So we poured out the shots, whatever. He wanted to put it in one shot glass, but I said, no, let's do it together. Or the pickle juice in two separate ones. So then I took the shot immediately after the pickle juice, and it just kills the burn immediately.
Right?
That's scary, though.
Why? Because it's going to be like
messed up.
Yeah.
We're going to 10 shots, and you're like, all right.
We're going to have to implement that into the next outing. So the reason I did that is so that, like, if you want, you could face me like this. Real casting couch style. And that way the microphone will still be kind of like in front of you. I'll do the same over here. So this boy's on PC now.
Yes.
My dude is on PC.
Superior race.
Let's calm down. You really abandoned the consoles like that.
I have not turned that clunker on.
Don't call it a clunker. Do not disrespect Sony. He's talking about the PS4 though, not the PS5.
Yeah.
So it is a piece of dusty history, I would say.
It is. It's a part of a jet engine. That's how loud it sounds. I got a lot of dust in there, but.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the PC now, though? Is it that much better? Be honest.
So. I think it's a little unfair. The setup I have is amazing. Like the specs is very good
and fit visually.
But to be honest, like I'm not using it to its full potential, right?
How is that?
I'm not like editing videos. I'm not uploading stuff. I'm not streaming, and that's where you use all the high powered
like
stuff.
extra processing power.
Yeah. So like I'm just playing the same games that PS4 people play, right? And yeah, there's the frame rate's a lot higher and everything, so I enjoy that. But the graphics card I have is just like it's crazy. It's
so the performance is better though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you think if you were to play with like a PS5, would the performance be that much?
Yeah,
really? But like by a marginal amount or by like fractions?
So it's like the law of marginal return. Like you hit a certain point
where you kind of stop noticing
it. So it shoots up. And then any increment higher, it becomes more and more difficult to notice before you the naked eye can't really tell. But you run benchmarks, and that's when you see like, oh wow, this machine's strong. So Andy ran a benchmark, and me and him, he helped me out through the whole thing. He ran a benchmark on his setup, and his outperformed 99.89 or 99.9% of people who ran. I don't know about the 0.9, but at least 99%.
That's still crazy, even without the 0.9. You're saying other PCs. Okay.
And
Dang.
Like that's very strong.
That's nice as
so what the benchmark is, it's just like
Sorry.
I forget. It's a program that you run, and it really just puts a lot of strain on your graphics card.
Okay.
And your GPU, but GPU CPU. So it pretty much strains it. It puts it through a lot of stress, and it sees how well it can handle that. So then after it scores you up based on everyone else who has ran that same test. So it's a strong machine. So to compare it to the PS4, PS5, like of course the performance is better, way better. But the thing about a PC is that it's more than just a gaming machine. Okay. It's an actual productive machine.
Because you do use it for work as well.
Yeah, so I sent you a snap. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. So I had my work stuff up, whatever, and then 5 o'clock hit, and then I just turn on the game,
into gaming mode, baby.
And that's like it's a good transition. You do it all. You work and works very well, and then you put the games on, and it's like in my room, it's like a centerpiece. It's like the entertainment / work / whatever you want.
It's the all-in-one. Music. It's the hub.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So you know, I find myself just having the computer on, even if I'm not gonna game, just to look stuff up or you know, do some work, look at stocks, do some play some games, whatever, anything, you know. So it's good. I don't regret it. It was a pretty penny, but I don't regret it.
Yeah, but you know what? You a hardworking man, so you deserve all that and more. And his setup is so another thing too. You built the table that you put your PC on, right?
I assembled my table. I didn't
really. Okay, can you explain that a little bit?
I got some drawers. I put them together, screwed.
No, but it looked like from the snaps that you sent me, it looked like it was like not like you go to IKEA and it's like a
the tabletop.
Yeah.
So I went to Home Depot and I got a, I think those are like for kitchen counters, kitchen countertops. Mm-hmm. They're called butcher blocks or something like that. And it's just like unfinished solid piece of oak wood,
or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So I bought some stain, bought some poly, sanded, stained, you know,
brought out that old wood shop.
Yeah. My dad helped a bit too. He's good with that stuff. So, yeah, so I just sanded, got the color I wanted, and then put two poly coats on it. And it's not super glossy, but it's because I don't want it to be a mirror, you know?
Yeah, I don't like the super glossy finishes on hardwood.
It's like a... Oh.
You're good.
It's like what's it called? They call it semi-gloss. There's a
semi-gloss.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a matte finish. Or like a in between matte and in between glossy. Yeah, I like that a lot actually. Yeah. That's so I actually wanted to one of the people who has like been so supportive of this podcast and all that stuff, besides yourself actually, he's always DMing me, and I mean obviously like we text regularly. He's one of my brothers. Hey,
I'm in the DMs.
He's slid in them DMs. But no, he's always like texting me, like talking about different topics, giving me his thoughts and feedback on episodes and stuff like that, which is great. I really appreciate that. And my uncle's like that too, who was on should be the episode, I think before this one, depending on like the order I released them in. But one of the things he was talking about is, so I've been trying to set up this studio. It's makeshift. It's in my office, right? So I have the backdrop kind of done. You can't really see this picture of I think that's the Manhattan Bridge, I'm pretty sure. Behind me, it's cut off like I think like right about here or something. But I want a table, and when I was thinking of like how I'm gonna make it, because I was Googling, you know, on Etsy, whatever it may be, for different tables, and I can't find anything that fits the exact spec. So I might have to, as you say,
assemble,
be a biter and go to Home Depot and do the same thing. But no, that is building your own table for sure. Because how many people, you know, like go to Home Depot, get a whole... People mostly just go to IKEA, they buy that shit pre-made. You actually went and like sanded, finished it off, did all this manual labor. He's like that. I like that a lot. So your decor is real nice, right? It's all set up and...
So the PC apparatus itself is nice, but the rest of my room, you know, isn't up to par with it. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the PC, that desk and the lights and everything, like it's cool. So I have the butcher's block as my countertop table desk thing. And it's pretty big. It's like what was it?
5 feet?
No, like 6 feet.
Ooh, that's nice. That's ample amount of space.
It's like 6 feet. And then under it, I have an LED strip glued to the bottom of it, so it shines down onto the drawers below.
That's dope. I like that a lot. And your background is, what's your background on your PC?
Oh, of course.
You already know
it's the Skyrim logo.
The Skyrim insignia. Logo. That shit is so Dragonborn. Fire, bro. So. Now on the topic of video games, this is like perfect transition, because one of the things I was trying to say is that my uncle, he actually, you could probably hear that in the background. That's just cars passing outside. My uncle, he suggested, because, you know, you listened to the last episode where it was just myself giving reviews and thoughts about like video games and stuff like that. Feel free to, don't be ginger. Just, you know, don't be ginger. You don't have to be so gingerly. You don't have to, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever the SAT word is. You could just suggest it. Feel free, whatever. But, yeah, so one of the things he suggested is that he thinks, so you know Joe Rogan has the Fight Companion, or did have it. He doesn't do it anymore because he's too busy. He thinks I should do like a video game like sub-series as a part of it to kind of churn out more content, because I could talk about video games for hours, and there's always like, you know, as time goes on, there's going to be more video games for me to play and stuff like that.
So I guess the way I think about it is that it's you're starting off and you have a lot to talk about. You talk a lot about a lot of things. So to pigeonhole yourself into one topic is kind of difficult now, especially that you want to try to grab as many listeners
Audiences,
as possible, you know. So it'd be cool to do like little mini pops, like, oh, this is controller talks Mondays or whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I was thinking like he FaceTiming. We had like a whole like 45-minute discussion about it because he's a really big consumer of podcasts, and he like loves the fact that I like decided to like go ahead and like start my own. And he was like, you should do them and bank them and then release them probably like once a month. So I'm thinking of doing that. If you have any topics of conversation, you the listener, if you're listening on Spotify, there's a Q&A section underneath the podcast that you should be able to submit any type of conversation that you want to hear, and I'll consider it for the next episode. That's something I've been featuring on I think the past like 3 episodes, but I haven't gotten any responses because there's no one that listens to it. It's like you, me, and like my uncle. That's it. But anyways,
I mean that's how things start.
Yeah, that's true.
That's always how things start. It's a slow snowball until it just keeps
explodes.
Going. Perpetual, it just keeps going. And,
the momentum.
That's right.
Let me adjust this for you real quick.
So you keep just turning this way, right?
Yeah, no, but it's also like I want you to be able to just like speak as loud as you want. So when you're just be comfortable because it's like, oh, do you want to take another one of these? I mean, it's up to you. Whenever you tell me, and I'll be ready.
I'm good. I mean, you know how we roll, man. You know how we roll.
Oh, like you're good to take another one?
Yeah.
Oh shit, this man. No, him and I are definitely the heavyweights of our friend group. Paul, who was on episode 18, will claim to be that he can drink the most, man. But that's BS, bro. Paul, you catting right now, son.
4th of July, he was at a 1 all night.
Yo, you're gonna make me spill this shit. Yeah, no, 4th of July, he was. You mind pouring your own?
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's like a little. We gotta
nice
manipulate.
Hospitality on you.
Oh, my bad. Here, you know what? I got you.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Here, let me get that for you. Okay, so 4th of July. That's a good story to go into real quick. 4th of July. We obviously that's what happens to be my mom's birthday, so we do like a really big celebration every year. And this man was like, I'm at a 1, like the whole night he was claiming he's not drunk. Meanwhile,
you think you get that from me?
Yeah, I got you. Meanwhile, cut you off. Rosy red cheeks. Like this man was lit, you could tell. And what else? What other signs did he show of intoxication?
His eyes were drooping. He was he wasn't standing that straight.
He was doing that little stank lean.
Yeah.
He was doing that little stank lean.
He was at a 1.
I'm at a 1 the whole night, bro.
We mess with him about that all the time.
He actually probably can outdrink he's probably 3rd or 2nd. Not you. Like I would say I'm probably 2nd.
No.
You think I'm the head?
No, you're 1st. Yeah.
Andy who's big, right? He probably weighs the 2nd most after me. But I guess do you process alcohol easier when you're more fit? I don't know what the whole deal with that is, but he actually can't drink as much, probably because he just doesn't do it as much. Cheers. So we just took another pickle back. We could save that pickle juice for later. That shit works like a charm, bro. Shout out to you, Theo, for introducing me to that.
Pickle juice, yeah.
Do you like pickles?
I like pickles. Not crazy about them. Not crazy about them. So, I take that as like,
When'd you get that Apple Watch?
Oh, Kelly got it for me.
For what? Your birthday?
Yeah. Birthday, early.
And okay, got you. Because his birthday's actually coming up. I think it's next Wednesday or Thursday, right?
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday.
Let me check.
It's the 15th. My man's turning, how old, 24?
24.
24.
Old man.
And so...
Wednesday. You were right. 1 week from today. It's
1 week from today. So on that note...
on that note...
I got a little interesting package.
What the heck is this, a scroll?
In the courier today.
Your hands only. I got a message for you. Your hands only.
Go ahead. Let's go! Go ahead, read it for the people, bro.
Oh my gosh, I haven't even read it.
Yo, you just opened the first word, bro. I struggled for so long if it was PH or F. I hope
It's
I got.
F. It's
Yes,
F. It's
let's
F.
go. Okay, go ahead, read it.
Oh, okay. So I read the top and the bottom.
Okay, read it.
Okay.
Read it.
Drofik, my brave friend. Somehow you've managed to survive the past 24 years in the harsh lands of Skyrim. Here's a small gift to help you in your journey across the vast lands of Tamriel. What the heck, dude?
Go ahead. Keep reading.
I wish you the best of luck in your adventure, and remember, you can always reach out when you need a hand. Your old friend, Maul Thiernan.
Let's
go.
All right, so that was here.
serious?
Just go ahead, open it up.
What the
I want to see what you
heck?
think about this. All right, go ahead. Holy shit,
my
bro! I can't
gosh.
tell you the nerves before he came. I was like so nervous.
Bro, what? Yo, you outdid yourself. This alone is a great
That
gift.
was the
This
little.
alone.
That was the
and
little.
you
cherry on top.
I noticed everything. Look, the warnness
Yeah,
on
yeah.
here. The stains on here.
That was a tea. That was a black tea
Bro.
that we did that with.
And the way it holds up, it looks like it should be nailed to like a tavern wall.
So obviously this is referencing
Skyrim.
yes, sir. And also that's the font they use in the letters.
Yeah.
I had to download
That's
that special
right.
font. I don't know.
That's right.
I had to
Oh
go. I
my
went all out
gosh.
because I was like, dude, this guy, I have to, because
Oh
just go
my
ahead. Go ahead. Now
gosh.
open that video, bro. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Hopefully you like it.
Oh, of course. It's a Daedric sword.
Yo, what? How'd you know? How'd you know? How'd you know about that? No way. Yo, no way. Oh my God.
My
Go ahead.
God.
Open that video, bro.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go,
Bro.
my brother.
Thank
Hope-
you, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course.
man.
Love you, man. Love you. This man's been a
crap,
real one.
Where'd
I
you
had
get this
to.
from?
All right, so shout out to Warblade Studios out of Madrid, Spain for hooking me up with
my
this awesome replica.
gosh.
It's made out of resin, and they paint it over with like a metal, I think like silver
Bro.
piece, like something about it.
This
So it
is
looks and feels like metal,
nuts.
but it's resin. And it's Daedric. It's a Daedric blade. So okay, so look, they have
Oh my God.
so
bro,
many
thank
options.
you.
Of
This is
course,
nuts.
I was thinking, I'm like, do I get him like a Skyrim? Because him and I have literally the foundation of our relationship is, I would
my
say, comes from
gosh.
Skyrim. I would say it comes. It like
started.
I
It
asked him
started.
like, do you play Skyrim? Was one of the very first questions that I asked him in woodshop, actually, coincident or design and drawing.
Wow.
And when I found out that you did, that's my favorite game of all time. That also happens to be his favorite game of all time, right? And I was like, yo, I have to get him something because he spent so much time on that beautiful setup for the PC. I wanted to get you something for decor.
Oh my gosh.
And I was thinking of getting you like that, like Dovahkiin, like
nuts.
whatever. But I'm like, that's not fun because you can't play with it. So I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure Daedric is your favorite like armor set / weapon set, right?
So
You could be brutally honest. Or is it Elven?
It's tough. So here's the thing, right? Like,
Fuck, I couldn't remember.
No, bro. This is awesome. It's very hard to choose
Mm-hmm.
a favorite one. I mean, you know how it is. It depends on the mood.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. That's true.
The role playing element. It depends what you
100%.
want to be, what you want to, embody.
Yeah.
This is amazing, man.
I ordered that shit like
I'm
month
not
ago.
even gonna lie. This is like among the top gifts I've ever
Get the
gotten.
fuck out. I'm gonna cry.
This is nuts.
I'm glad you like it, bro. I ordered that a month ago, and I was so excited when I like found it, right? Because I was like, what do I get him? And I was thinking of getting him like again like that like little that loading screen where like Dovahkiin is sitting on top of the mountain. He has that like dragon tail coming around him.
Yep.
I was like, do I get him that? But that's kind of like you just put it there and then look at it, which is cool, but you can't like interact with it. And then I'm like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna see if they fucking make swords anywhere. So on Etsy they have this shop.
Is this the dagger?
That's a dagger. Yeah,
This
it's
is
not
the
the sword.
dagger.
They make an actual sword.
Because it would be huge.
It's
the sword.
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. So I was like, I feel like I don't know if that's gonna fit on your table. So I was just like, let me get a dagger.
Nah,
because it's also
this
like
is-
perfectly
oh
sized
my
to
gosh.
fuck around with or whatever. So that's a
just go
Daedric
sneak.
dagger.
15 times damage.
So then there you go. So the reason I asked earlier what's your background in your PC is because I wanted to kind of set this up.
Oh my god.
And when I ordered this, bro, I couldn't contain myself. I messaged Hannah, my girlfriend. I was like, baby, I got the fucking perfect gift for Mike's birthday. And then second was Kelly, and I was like, Kelly, you have to delete this message. I don't want him seeing like for whatever reason. I want no trace. I told her, I'm like, I have the best gift idea for Mike. Like, this shit's gonna be so good.
What'd she say?
She was like, what is it? And then I was like, I told her, and she's like, oh my God, you're such a good friend. And she was just giving me compliments, which was very nice of her. But then I was just like, do you like? Not really. Do you think you'll like it? I just couldn't contain my excitement. I had to tell someone like close to you.
Damn.
I couldn't help it. So yeah, that's it.
This is nuts.
And then so it came in this box, and I was like, this is kind of a fucking lame box. And I typed out, I selected the option for it like
This
as
was
a gift.
like this was like.
What were you expecting when you read that?
A cool delivery.
What were you expecting when you read that?
So, the way you gave it to me, like, it gave Skyrim vibes. The way you like,
you said, "Is this a scroll?" And I was like, "Oh my God, he's picking it up right away."
Because it looks like it.
Yeah.
All it needs is the little string.
Yeah.
And like, it's a scroll. And then the courier, they chase you and they run you down.
Yeah.
I've got something to deliver. Is it your hands or your eyes only?
Your eyes only.
Your eyes only.
I don't know.
Oh man, bro, thanks so much.
Of course,
this is nuts.
Of course, and I had to. This is selfish of me. I had to give it to you while we were recording because I want to look back on this moment. I want it to live forever on the internet, wherever it is. Damn. The fucking, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you got to check out the YouTube version of this, the video version, because he freaked out. Yo, your face, bro. Oh my God, that was so good. I'm so happy you liked it.
I peeled back one layer of the bubble wrap and I saw like
that was crazy.
I saw the hilt of the sword. That's what it's called, right?
The hilt, yeah. Or the pommel. The pommel. Yeah, that's the hilt, and then that's right the pommel. Yeah.
So I saw that, and like, I mean,
immediately.
I mean,
you know what that is, my boy.
Oh my gosh! And dude, it's like it's exactly, it's a replica.
Yeah. So they make this guy. I think his name is like Leo because he's from Spain, right? I DM'd him because I was like, because I ordered it like a month ago, but because it's international delivery.
How long does it take to make?
It probably took him like 2.5 weeks. No, probably more than that. I don't know, because I don't know how many orders they get, but it's handmade. So when I sent him the order, right, he obviously has to make it out of like the mold and it's resin. So when he was like, after I ordered it, I got no update because Etsy usually sends you updates like, okay, it's in process, whatever the fuck. And they weren't giving me updates. So I'm like, I DM'd him. I was like, yo, is this going to get here before December 14th? Because I'm trying to give this to one of my fucking brothers, and I need to make sure that this shit is like here before then. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to give it to you after your birthday. If anything, before, obviously, like this is a week out, but I needed to. And then he said, yes, it should be delivered on time. He shipped it. I got it, and I was like, bet. And I got this, I think, like 3 days ago. And then I was like, Mom, I want to make like a scroll thing for him. Hannah helped me find like this was actually kind of a little bit complicated. We had to. So we screenshotted a picture of a letter from Skyrim.
Damn, you went all out.
This was Hannah. Hannah, thank you so much, baby. She literally, because I was like, I can't find the fucking font. Because like I was trying to Google the name of it to try to like find in Google Docs. And she was like, no, I got you. So she takes a screenshot and then uploads it to a site that she uses. That's like a font analyzer. So then it goes and
letters.
Yeah. So then it analyzed and was like, okay, this is this font. And it was the font from the game. So then what ended up happening is that there was
called or no?
It's like V something. I have it. I'll show you afterwards. It's on. I downloaded it on my Mac. But then after that, I downloaded it, right? Like the little packs that you have to download. It's in a zip folder. And then I wrote it out in notes. And then I cut this is like an art sheet or whatever, because I wanted it to be thicker paper. And then I printed it. So yeah.
Damn, man.
I was thinking, like, how do I write this? And I said M. Thiernan instead of Maul because I wanted it to be kind of like... Because when you read the notes in the game, they don't... Sometimes they
don't say.
It's like a hint of subtlety. It's still recording. It just does this stupid thing where it goes to sleep.
That was amazing. That was nuts.
I'm so happy you like it, bro. The only thing I'm bummed out about is that it doesn't come with, like, a mantle, like a holder. Like, you see that lightsaber up there? It has that little holder thing. This doesn't come with it.
I mean, I'll just get that and put it plop right on the desk.
Do you think you're gonna put it blade down or blade up?
I think it's always blade down.
Yeah, right.
Because right, say like it's there, you grab it.
Yeah, they have. So what's What was if it was? And I want you to be brutally honest. If it wasn't Daedric, what would have been the other option? Because they have all of the literally, including Dragonbone, which is I think a mod, not included in the original.
Yeah,
game.
I think it's a mod too. Or DLC. I think DLC.
Something like that. But they have all of it. They have glass. They have Old Nordic.
So it depends. We're talking about daggers.
Yeah.
Daggers.
Yeah. They don't have. They have axes. They have swords. They don't have great swords because that shit would be ridiculous.
Massive, yeah,
those are fucking like 6 feet long or whatever, or like 5 feet. But yeah,
I would say probably ebony.
Ebony.
Yeah, which is very close to this. Honestly,
it's black. Yeah, but
very close.
I was like, fuck. I was between because I know Daedric armor set is your favorite.
No, yeah, this is nuts.
So I just wanted to go with like the closest thing to that, which obviously
I like them all. Like glass is super cool.
Sick. Yeah,
like glass is nuts. Elven's pretty nice. The armor, the light armor that has like the leaf look.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah,
I like the Nordic armor set with the wolves
ancient
on
Nordic
the shoulders.
One? Yeah, the ancient in the that's part of the Solstheim DLC. I'm pretty sure. Right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because it's not the original.
That you know that blue rock that it's called like I forget what it's called, but that armor set's pretty damn cool too.
Yeah,
the dagger that it's a blue like chiseled rock, and it has like little like brass or like bright like copper or brass like metal in the handle.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, cool. I can't remember the name of it.
It starts with the Steil, something like that.
So, is it Stagonite or something? It's something like I don't know. I can't remember.
It's been
a minute since I played it. But yeah, I had to get you something Skyrim related, bro.
Damn, this is nuts. I love this.
It's cool to just Can I see it? Because I didn't really get to. Oh, it has a good amount of weight to it. Does it feel comfortable in your hand a little bit?
No, it feels good. It's a dagger. That's the size of what I would think a dagger would be like, right?
Yeah,
that's the size.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the swords are like this.
Yeah, the swords are probably like probably about that big.
I would say they're
something like that.
Like a third of this is like a third of a sword. Probably.
Yeah, and there's like you could get
they have like maces and like stuff.
They don't have maces, but they have axes. They have axes, swords, and daggers.
The axes are cool. The axes are.
I would have gone with the ancient Nordic axe because that's the one that looks the most like the Leviathan axe.
Double, right? It's a double. The ancient Nordic is double and has the black and gray.
But the back half of it is smaller, so it's like So it has the big piece and then the little head like that. It's like that, yeah.
The battle axe is the big double.
Yeah, that's a Wuth. There's my favorite battle axe is like Wuth.
No, that's Warhammer. Wuthrog.
No, it's a battle axe, bro.
It's a hammer.
No, the one where you have the little faces that's like screaming.
Oh well, that's not it. Oh, the Wuthrog is you get the fragments of it. Remember, you get the fragments of it.
Is that the? Oh fuck!
It's the big like.
You got your phone. Like you got your phone because I can't. My laptop's recording, then my phone's obviously they're also recording.
The Wuthrog.
We nerding out over here on this episode, but this is the stuff I love talking about, man. Oh my god!
I butchered the spelling.
It's like W. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, that doesn't come up.
Let's see if that does.
Type in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because these Google motherfuckers be thinking we're talking about like sledgehammers or some shit.
W.
Wuthrad. It is the axe. I knew it was the axe, bro.
Oh, but you do get the fragments for this thing.
Yeah. You put it together, okay, and in that like.
What was I thinking of? You know the big rectangular one that glows in the middle, and that it's like spiky and it's like a big block,
and it's like you find that in one of those like the mining town, and it's like in a cursed home.
That's a Daedric artifact.
It is the one you're talking about. It's a Daedric artifact, right?
Yeah. What is that then? I'm getting these two confused. Also, I haven't played this in forever. See, look, this is you know that.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I thinking?
They don't make that one.
Let me.
But no, again, shout out to Warblade Studios. If you guys are a fan of Skyrim, bro, let me tell you, there were so many things I was considering getting. All right, so can we talk about this for a second? On Etsy, if you go in and search up Skyrim, they have soul gems.
Really?
Candles, soul gem candles.
That's pretty cool.
That you could and I was like, should I get them? I'm like, but that's lame. Like, it's like a little fucking. I want to get them like
Azura's star.
I think there is an Azure Star one.
That's
There's so much shit that like people hand make because they're all these like nerdy
skeleton key.
They make that. They make that. They make a replica of that. But I'm like, I don't want to get them some lame shit. Like I want to get them like a weapon.
Volendrog.
Whatever. Yeah.
That is what I was thinking of.
Okay, that's not the one I was saying. The one I was thinking of is a mace. Now that I'm,
the mace of Molak Ball.
Yes. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. God damn.
I used to rock that all the time in my playthrough.
You know why I didn't use it? Because aesthetically, when it hangs from your hilt, it's like
goes through you a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like unrealistic how big it is, and it's like dangling. So
yeah.
And I'm like, you know how I am with like the fucking.
I usually run around with the spells out. Honestly,
he's a big mage.
But he runs like this. He's like he has the spells out. He's like,
yeah, it's weird. Yeah. I don't like it. Yeah. Hopefully in Elder Scrolls 6
2028.
I think 2054. Hopefully Bethesda's gonna fix that shit, man. Oh my god. Oh, so actually on the note of that video game sub-series, you would probably be a very regular guest if you could. Also the normal podcast, but a very regular guest on like that sub-series, because this man knows so much about video games. Him and I nerd out about like different.
See, I'm not that good, stuff. But I love them. I'm not that good.
You're not that good.
But I love them.
You've gotten so. It's so weird how like you've played controller your whole life, and then when you switch over to PC, you're nasty with it.
That goes to show it's playing on easy mode.
It's not on easy mode. You don't have any aim assist.
Yeah, you don't need it when you have your whole arm to aim. It's so funny, like this argument. Now I've been on both sides of it, right?
So
like aiming on PC. 1,000 times easier.
Really? Really?
So easy. Like, you remember how like we would jump out of the helicopter in Warzone and people would pick you out of the sky and you're like, what the heck? How do they do that? Right? Now I jump out, pull my chute, cut the chute, and just ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and you just track people so easily. Because you have your whole arm. But
there's no aim assist though.
But you don't need aim assist. Doesn't even help. Aim assist honestly doesn't help. If you think about it, think about this. Close quarter engagement or medium engagement. Okay. Right? Medium engagement. Close quarter, I think you're fine. Medium engagement. A guy's running this way, right? For the camera. Guy's running this way. Your aiming is following him, right? Mm-hmm. When you get close to him, the aim assist kicks in. Your aim crosshairs slow down, right? Mm-hmm. What happens when he immediately stops and turns the other way? You're going to slow down when you're approaching him. He's going to turn around. And then you get to him again, slow down, turn the other way, slow down. Like, it's a little tough. And I've felt it sometimes. And I'm sure that's in the settings and stuff too.
Okay.
But like, sometimes it feels like you got to go through like an invisible wall to get. And I guess it's whatever. It's good. But I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
Once you have the mouse in your arm.
I played at Andy's.
That's just because you're not used to the
Yeah, but
keyboard.
Even this situation, I couldn't fucking hit dick. And I turned off aim assist on my controller, and I couldn't hit diddly squat, bro.
All right, so
it's ridiculously hard.
As we always say, the learning curve on PC is higher.
Way higher.
But once you get good at PC, you're going to be better than the average PlayStation console player.
I can see that.
Like, it's just me, right? That I'm not amazing, obviously, right? I wasn't good in a console when I was playing, and I come to PC and I'm hanging. Like, I'm hanging with you guys.
You're not hanging. You're doing fucking.
All right, Mr. 15 average kills.
I never averaged 15 kills.
You are honestly not even exaggerating. You probably average like 8 to 9 kills a game. That's fair.
That's all right.
See, that's not an exaggeration. It's like 9 kills.
Okay, yeah, but.
Yeah,
I also play a lot. You're a busy man, so you don't. But when your shit with sniping is disgusting.
Cause I have my whole arm to aim.
I don't know if that's true, bro. I be giving.
I have my whole arm to be like, bah.
I don't know. I
have a button on the side of my mouth. It's all the equipment, bro. I'm a system sniper. That's what it is. I'm a system sniper.
Does it slow down?
I have a button that it drops to my lowest set sensitivity, my DPI.
Okay.
It's so I don't even know the acronym. Andy, let me know. you move. I have standard sensitivity on. Then I hit the button on the side, and it drops to the low sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see someone in a sniper, instead of holding shift, they're holding L3 to hold your breath.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit that button, and I have unlimited like steady aim, pretty much.
What?
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm a system sniper.
I did not know that was a thing.
I hit the button, and it just goes like, but without holding the breath.
And then it's just way slower.
And then it's just slower. So I move my arm a lot. So like I could flick people better because I swipe, and okay. you know how when they're moving a little bit, they're like looking around, this and that. They move a little bit. They move enough so it's not just like a clean shot, right? Mm-hmm. So like whenever they're doing that, they're within. They're not like running across the map. If they're running across the map, you can't slow it down because you won't be able to catch up.
Yeah.
But if they're like in like a window, like peeking a window, moving left and right in the window, or like popping around the corner, or whatever. I hit it, boom, it slows it down, and then I just bang, and it's good, man. See, that's the thing. If you were when you get a PC,
you're gonna with controller.
No, you're not. Don't do
I
that.
Can't, dude. I don't know what it. I'm
Brandon,
not like nimble with my fingers.
If I did it and am doing it and am solid, you're gonna be like stupid.
I have an argument for this
on PC.
I have an argument for this. How good are you? When you type on a keyboard, how often do you use these two fingers? Your ring finger and pinky finger. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There's no way you use your index and thumb.
I use the pincer method. I just go.
No, you don't. There's no way. There's no way because I'm not nimble with my pinky and ring. I can't. And this shit control bullshit.
Honestly, when I type, I use two for sure, and I sometimes use my ring finger. Sometimes.
How often do you use your pinky?
None.
And what about when you're playing games?
It sits on the shift.
That's sits on the shift.
No, bro. Ask Andy. That's where your pinky goes. It doesn't go anywhere else. Think about it. Where your WASD, your A, W, D, right? And your pinky sits on the shift, and that's for sprint. That's all it is, right? So you boom, go like that. You drop your index finger from D to C. That's your crouch.
Love my controller.
Your thumb is on the jump. Your index finger goes to the R. Like your index finger is the most mobile finger. Like I have nothing bound to Q. I have E, I have R, I have C, I have D. All on my index finger.
Do you look down when you're playing? Do you look down at your keyboard to see?
Sometimes.
See, because I'll be doing that. Sometimes. It's going to fuck me up when I'm trying to learn. I keep having to do
Think
this.
About this,
and you
right?
have no
Think
time
about this.
to do that.
Think about this. If you were to be given, perfect example, I give you a Switch remote, Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Tell me where the buttons are.
Or am I holding it like this with the screen in the middle?
Yeah.
So you got the analog sticks on both sides, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Then the
quick.
The D-pad on is on the top left. Then you have like the
okay. Jump. What button are you pressing? Jump.
A.
Where is it?
That's on the right. The right. It's like of this.
See, I don't
it's
even
on
know.
The right.
I'm just pressing you, but I don't know.
It's A, B. I think W is one of them.
See that? No, I think you're wrong. I think it's X and Y. So here.
Yeah, you're right. It's X and Y.
That's my point. If you're in the middle of a game, you thought so much about it. The fact that you even have to think about it. Where's the triangle? Where's the square? Where's the circle? Where's the X?
Yeah. Well, I know all that.
Come on.
So you're saying it's an adjustment period?
Yeah.
You're saying it's adjustment.
Once it becomes second nature, you're just like.
I think I'm just an old head in this way where it's like I want to learn this bullshit, man.
You're gonna get a PC for what? You're gonna get a PC for what? You have your PlayStation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get your PC. You're gonna plug in your PlayStation remote. Just play on your PlayStation.
So then I'm just gonna end up. So then, what the fuck's the point of playing with
that's
the PC?
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like once you get a PC, you gotta buy into it. You gotta
yeah, that makes
use
sense.
Keyboard, use mouse, use what you're buying.
Can you stream with a PC using a PC? Yeah, you can. You buy a PC, then connect it to your PS4, PS5, play through your PS5, but use your PC to stream.
I'm sure. I mean, I've never done it. I don't know.
I would love to do that.
If you play on PC, you could stream and play at the same time. Like, of course.
All right, yeah, I might do that. We'll see.
And like, bro, I'm telling you, once you get used to the controls, your aim is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be You do
no,
that
because
now.
you know why I do this.
You do, Brandon. You say that now. When I was on console, bro, I was a bot.
No.
Yes, I was.
Vishal's a bot.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
A little bit
No,
of a
he's
bot.
not.
Sorry, Vishal.
The only thing that I will say about Vishal is sometimes, like, when things get hectic, you know, it's not like super like laser quick reaction. That's the only thing. But when we would play like friendly search, remember, well, not unfriendly search,
Unfriendly.
I would go like 1-on-1. I would meet Vishal and he would just light me up.
No way.
He has. Yes, he has.
Nah, not anymore though. Cause you got that nasty PC.
Well, because I have like 150 FPS, and then, you know, I see him around the corner before he sees me. You know, I'm just like, that's what I'm saying. I'm a system gamer.
No, I think you're
I'm
also
paying
just
for the performance. So, you know, all they could do is
but you deserve
give me a
that
little
performance
more,
because you
KD.
work dumb hard in IRL outside of the
IRL.
AFK. You work dumb hard away from keyboard, which is in real life.
Yeah, that's a good. I worked mad hard. AFK.
Yeah.
AFK. I try. You know, you know, the thing about working, I never, even now, right? I see myself working every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, holy crap, I'm dusty. This is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's always, you know, the diabolical plans, but, you know,
The master plan.
so what I'm saying is that I see people on the trains, I see people at work,
Mm-hmm.
and they're late 50s, early 60s, and the latter end of it, and they're on the trains, and they're on the PATH trains, and they're on the buses, and they're walking in the city, and they're in the offices. Like, that is a reality for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sitting through it, working, you know, and just Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, working 40 hours a week. You live for the weekends, you live for your holiday breaks, and, you know, what do you get? 52 weeks times 2, you get 104 days a year. Of those 104 days, now you got 16 hours of sleeping. Saturday night, you got the Sunday night, you got the Sunday night scaries, so you're not enjoying that much.
That's what they call them, the Sunday night scaries. I've never heard of that before. But
You've never heard of Sunday scaries?
I've never. Yo, he be introducing me like the rat race. I never heard of that. The Sunday scaries is now. Yo, that's the perfect term for it because on Sunday nights I really do be shitting. Like I get really like anxious and like unsettled because I have fucking work the next day.
Yeah. The worst is when you go to sleep and you dream about working. Or have you ever dreamt about the commute?
I've never dreamt about the commute. No,
Bro,
no.
I kid you not. One time I dreamt about the commute.
Oh no.
I heard my alarm. I woke up in my bed. I turned and I punched the crap out of my pillow. No like, joke. Fuck! I was so upset.
No, I would be too.
I was so upset because I did it already.
Wait,
I did it in my dream already.
Hold on. In the dream, you dreamt from literally point A to point B in the fucking.
Nah, I was in the train. I was in the train.
But you dreamt like you're literally sitting down in the train doing your usual thing.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
You know those dreams? You know the sleeps where you're like, you know you're asleep, right? Mm-hmm. It was one of those where I was like half asleep. Like I guess that's why my mind was kind of convinced that it was actually commuting.
Yeah,
because I was in that like half awake, half asleep state. Yeah. So I was just like dreaming that I was commuting, and then I woke up and it was like 5:30, bright and early. Well, dark and early
in New York.
Yeah, bing bong.
Yo, Joe Biden. Yo, that's the best. You see these dogs in your yard? No, you know the video going hard.
You know the video of the Knicks fans, the crazy Knicks fans.
Yeah, after one fucking win,
they're like, the Knicks are here. Yeah. Crazy hard voice crack.
Oh my god. No, but that's
bing
crazy.
Bong. Trae Young.
I haven't had a dream about commuting. Thank God, because that's really depressing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like
it was sad.
I completely get why the fuck you would turn over and just absolutely smack the fuck out of your pillow. But no, like him and I be having great conversations like all the time about like what we aspire to do and everything. And yeah, you're like a crazy hard worker. You know, you've part of this note. Sorry to keep bringing this shit up, but like part of this note, like with the
it's a good gift. We get it.
yeah, thank you. Was like where was it? Whatever in your journey throughout Tamriel or whatever the fucker survived. He's the oldest out of. Well, technically you're the second oldest because I think Paul's older, but because he was born in Korea.
Paul's older.
But because he was born by like a month, but because he was born in Korea, it like delayed him a year in the American school system. So you graduated first, right?
Yeah.
And like you did all that stuff of like getting the intern. Yo, what the fuck is going on outside with these sirens?
Fire truck?
I guess so, yeah. Hope
Retro,
everyone's okay.
retro burned down now?
Not again.
Hope
That's
not.
bullshit.
That was bad.
But yeah, so you've been like at the forefront of our friend group. You've been like, you know, working, doing all that stuff. So I was like, I wanted to, yeah. I just hope you like the gift.
Know, I appreciate it a lot. But you know, it's interesting being the quote oldest of the friend group. You know, not that I feel like oh I'm older than you guys. 'Cause I'm not like that.
Do you feel a pressure?
Not because I'm doing things before you guys. I just feel pressure for myself. Like I feel pressure for myself, and then
Wi-Fi isn't set up.
This bitch, no one ain't talked to.
Yo, Siri's messing up the flow.
That's a fucking
Alexa?
yeah.
Shut up, Alexa.
Wi-Fi isn't set up.
Yo.
You can find instructions in the help.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Sorry, this bitch is doing her.
That's
Jeff
like
Bezos
George Orwell, 1984, man. This is why I don't have Alexa.
Stop saying her name, bro.
This is why I don't have.
I'm about to unplug that hoe, man.
This is why I don't have she who will not be named. Or what is it?
the one that shall not be named.
Yeah.
That fucking hoe bag.
Anyway, but I feel pressure like for myself. Like of course I want to do as best as I can, and then you know, by default, then it's like all right, I then am setting an example. Not consciously. I'm not consciously setting an example, but I guess I mean
that's
I don't
just
know
the role that
guys,
you're in. Yeah.
That's
just
like
happens to be. Yeah.
You know, it's like everyone wants to do the best that they can. But like I don't know if do you guys even think of like, oh, Mike is like, I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, but do you like see the steps that I'm taking?
100%. I can't talk, you know, obviously, like for anyone else in the friend group, but I know, and I've told you this in the past, like you are at like the forefront of all that stuff, and I always like, I'm like, oh shit, like, you know, I've gone to you and asked you for advice and stuff like that before, and like you and I are like, I haven't really had these conversations with anyone else about like our viewpoints on, well, I guess to be honest, like in terms of the very strict or the very strong like confines of corporate America, you and I are the only ones that are currently in that regime, that scenario. So I kind of always relate to you on that, and we always talk about that and like our future plans and stuff like that. And you know, I see all these strives you're making and like all this hard work you're putting into it, and I like into yourself. I'm not going to get into specifics because that's your own personal stuff, but like it's just like when I see that, right, I think about it and I'm like, oh shit, like look at him. Like that is someone that I should strive to be like, and like, you know, I try to make those changes in my life where, you know, I try to, you know, look into like think long term. You're a very analytical person and you think ahead a lot and you have a lot of foresight. And
I appreciate that.
Which is a really good quality.
You know, I will say though, I appreciate that, but at the same time, in the same breath, it's never good to compare yourself to anyone else, no matter who it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I appreciate that, and it's I don't want to use this word, but you know, it's I'm not talking about myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's okay and it's good to admire someone and to learn from them, but it's not good to compare yourself to that person.
Yeah, I get
you know,
what you're saying.
you know the saying, comparison is the thief of joy.
I've never heard of that. Again, he's teaching me sayings, but that's a good one. So,
you know, it's not, because everyone has their own time. Everyone's on their own time, you know. So my success is different than your success is different from his success. So
I've always heard that the best person to compare yourself to is previous versions of yourself, or the only person that you should compare yourself to is your past self.
Yeah.
And try to make improvements and stuff like that, and always grow and always learn.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really accurate statement. But I was just saying that, like, I do admire you, and obviously, like, I don't actively compare myself to you, because I think that is a really big pitfall that you can get into, and then you get down on certain things or whatever it is, right? But I think I never like look with jealousy or whatever it is. I just see you doing your thing, and I'm like, all right, this guy has his shit together, and he's thinking long term and all this stuff. So I have to try to, because I get very caught up in the moment of things. That's kind of just like what I've always tended to be more like. So when I see like the strides you're making, planning like I can't even fathom what it's going to be like being 25. I don't even know what the fuck's going to be down the line.
Century.
Yeah, like a quarter century older, which for me is 2 years away, right? But like when you plan ahead into your like what you want to be doing when you're 30 and all these goals that you've talked about, I'm like, all right, that's a really good thing to do, because when you have an outline and a structure, it's easier to kind of stay on this quote unquote path that you set forth for yourself.
Absolutely.
The only thing I will say though is that you do put a lot of pressure on yourself, and like I just don't want you to like, you know, I don't like you haven't, not that I've seen, haven't fallen short of any of these goals that you've set for yourself, but a lot of times
I have.
I
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I know of a goal that I've fallen short of, but it's okay.
See, so then the fact that you said that already hammers, like, that takes care of the thing I was gonna say, which is like, so I don't want you to like get hung up on whatever.
I mean, I guess the thing is, like, some of my goals are very ambitious. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, if you don't hit them, but you're on that track in that direction, it's good. If you hit it, damn, you know, you hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
But, you know, realistically, maybe that might not be attainable, you know? Mm-hmm. But, you know, I think it's like having a rabbit in a race, you know? Like, they're the pacer. You know what a rabbit is in a race?
No.
So say, like, they're running world record pace for the mile. Mm-hmm. They put 2 people to run world record pace. So the first guy runs the first half of the mile at world record pace. The next guy runs the last at world record pace.
So that the person trying to attempt it has someone to
knows where the mark is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, like, it's always good to have. I mean, I don't know. For me, I think it's good. I don't know about it for everyone else, but to have ambitious goals and to put yourself on that trajectory to get there.
Even if you fall short of it.
And if they fall short, you know, shoot for the stars, or shoot for the moon. If you fail, you land among the stars, even though the stars are further than the moon.
No, I think it's like shoot for the stars, but land on the moon or something like that.
I think it's shoot for the moon. If you fail, you land among the stars. I think that's what it is, but it doesn't really make sense. I don't know.
No, whatever. Yeah, I think that's a good point. For
sure. Yeah, you know, if you put yourself on the right track and the right trajectory, then, you know, even your shortcomings are successes. That's kind of like how I think about it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think I need to be definitely. I need to take a page out of that book, because I think, like, sometimes what I'll do is, like, whenever I set a goal, I was texting you about this the other day, like, for this podcast, I would love to, in a year's time from, like, right around now, so in Q4 of 2022,
have a million, right?
A million? What the fuck? No, I think it was an estimated audience size of 100 on Anchor, like they do analytics or whatever it is, and like based off of unique impressions and all this, whatever their algorithm is, they spit out a number saying, like, this is your estimated audience size. I think right now it's at 16, 17, which I don't know who the fuck those 16 or 17
what is
people
that? Is that impressions? Is that listens? Is that streams?
That's the amount of, I think, reoccurring visitors for every time I upload an episode, instead of it being like a one-off impression from a unique like IP address or whatever it is, or device. I don't know, like the tracking, the jargon for that.
Maybe device.
Probably device, right?
I would think so.
Or account. Because you could have an account on Spotify on your laptop, but not, you know, it's your account is on multiple devices. But if you listen to it,
And that would be easier to track too.
yeah,
That's just accounts.
yeah. So
Anyway.
they probably track that and see how many, like, if that account regularly tunes in or whatever. So I think right now it's at 16, which I think that's
good.
I mean, I'll take it. And I want to grow that eventually to, 100 by a year's time from now, which I think is a very, very realistic goal if I stay consistent, which I plan to, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, consistency definitely is, like, look at Dashy, man. Look at how, he's very consistent. And now, he has, like, I checked, actually, like, 2 nights ago.
Stupid amount
He
of
has,
followers.
like, 6 point something million subscribers on YouTube.
He's one of the I'm pretty sure he's one of the top gamers on
even in general
YouTube.
now it's 6 million.
Yeah. And you know how much revenue you bank from that?
A lot.
It's fucking insane.
I think less from streams and more from like ad revenue.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff like
it's all
that.
from ad revenue.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time the beautiful thing about this game, so to speak, is like Dashy, if he gets a sponsor in the actual content that he produces, if he gets a sponsor from, let's say, like Nintendo, because he's huge, I'm pretty sure he has ties with Nintendo. They've like sent him early stuff and like early.
Yeah.
So when he
that.
gets that stuff, right, he gets a sponsorship. He gets like a little bit of a money from them, and then on top of that, the ad revenue that video makes, he gets a percentage of that. Like if the video does really well, Nintendo has to pay him more on top of the flat fee that they give him. Usually this is how the whole pay scheme is set up. And then on top of that, whatever ads YouTube places on the actual video itself, he gets a portion of that. So it's like a double whammy of in content sponsorships and then the ads separate from that, which is why you see a lot of podcasters do, this episode is brought to you by blah, 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 blah. And that's the in episode mention. And then there's those like ad breaks where you can't skip or skip. Right, so they get
you can skip them.
So I don't know if you knew this. There are some that you can't skip, and the publisher, whoever makes the videos, can choose whether or not to put the ads that you can or can't skip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And they also get to choose where it goes in the video.
Yeah, that's why I always when it's like getting interesting.
Yeah,
Bang.
I would personally, if I had like a big audience or whatever, or when I have, knock on wood, whatever, I would put my ads in the beginning.
Knock on Daedric artifact. All right.
Summon the
Dremora
Lord, yeah. I would put my ad in the beginning so that you get it out of the way in the beginning, and then I would put it at the end. This shit has to be like, it's fucking annoying.
Oh. Yeah, I see that.
So
People
it's like
put it at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, because when you're watching
They're
to
like
get interrupted,
looking out for the viewers.
I guess so. Yeah.
Wait, but if an ad is in your video and it's not watched,
I don't think you get the impressions for that.
you
YouTube
don't,
tracks that,
right?
yeah.
So at the very end, I've seen a lot at the very end. So do they not get the revenue for that?
Probably not.
So why even put it in there?
I
And
don't
I've
know,
also
that's an
seen
interesting
analytic
question.
charts where like you see the engagement or the viewers of the video and you see them taper off as the video goes.
Yeah.
You've seen that chart too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That actually that's a big
retention
like key indicator. Yeah. That's a big key indicator of like how a influencer is like valued amongst like advertisers, is if they keep audience retention, or if their audience retention rate is high and like the cutoff point or when they leave in the video is like higher, that's
and it's
higher
a
value for the
surprisingly
brands.
low number too.
Yeah.
It's like 25-30%.
Drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Like if you have 25 to 30% at the end of the video,
yeah.
I think that's pretty solid. Maybe wrong, but from what I've seen, I think that's like solid.
Pretty solid. I would imagine it is. I mean, I always click away from videos before it gets to the end. Probably like, I think like 3/4. If I'm really interested, I'll watch it to the end. If it's a, influencer that I love or a content creator that I love, I'll watch it to the end, but depends. If it's like some bullshit video and I get the point of it, like
Yeah.
a quarter of the way through, I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, if you know it's clickbait, you're like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That shit's really tricky. I don't know. And like the whole you have to fucking verify your account on YouTube now to post videos over 15 minutes long. Because when I try to schedule,
Verify against what?
it's like you have to verify your email, your phone number, and just like personal information. Because I think they don't want like bots, like from like other countries or whatever, posting like whatever. content on their platform. So I think it's like a barrier to entry of posting like these
Bots
long.
are wild, man. You know, on Instagram, like there's some like tragic posts, and then there's like the thirsty bots that are like, don't click my profile.
What do you mean?
In the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, like in ESPN or like any one of those, like it's a sports play, right? Or whatever. And then like the third comment, it's like, oh, don't watch my story or don't whatever. And it's a bot. So, and it's the profile pictures, like whatever, some girl, whatever. But like I don't know how they do this, but I guess it's a script or whatever. These people make bots to try to get high engagement, you know? And it's just like, bots are all over the place. I wonder what percentage of all like social media presence or whatever are bot interactions.
I would not be surprised if it was over 10%.
I think that's low.
You think it's low? So you think it's higher than that?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the platform too.
I would say, bro, have you ever gotten to Instagram where it's like I don't know if it's Arabic. I don't know if it's like, I think it's like Arabic. But like all you go to a comment, you see the caption of the video and it's like in Arabic. You go to the comments and it's just like emojis, like in all the comments. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never seen. I don't look at comments too often actually.
I look at comments a decent amount.
I'm not one of those. For some reason, if it's like a really funny video or post, I never
really
think to look at the comments.
Sometimes the comments are better than the post.
I know, and you guys always like, you guys are snipers with that. You'll be like, yo, this person said this, and then I'll go and look,
and it's
but
funny.
it's never in like in my, you know what, the place I look the most at comments is probably TikTok.
Man, I don't have
you need to
TikTok.
download that.
No, I don't.
Oh my god, here we go with this fucking shit. He is so ridiculous. How long did it take you to get Instagram? You graduated
2018, I think. Let me check.
And you graduated high school 2015, which means you were a junior in college.
My first post was April 15th, 2018.
It took you what was the picture?
It was crap again. It was
something with you and Kelly, right?
Yeah, the old prom picture, which was a long time ago. The honorary first post belongs to Kelly, since you've been patiently waiting 2 years and 7 months for this.
So it took him 2 years and 7 months
well, that was dating Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who is the one who convinced you to get it? This is an age old debate. I wish Kelly was here right now, because Kelly will say it was her, and I am diehard going to. That's a hill I'm willing to die on.
It's you. So, next question.
No. You got to give an answer. You got to give an answer.
It's so long ago. All right. So
who do you remember in your mind? Just rattle off an answer. Who do you remember?
I remember the lunch table. You guys were dogs. You guys were hounding me. Look at this dude.
Yo. Okay. No, that was definitely what I remember too. We were all like, bro, why aren't you gonna get it? And you're like, I don't want to post my personal business, blah blah blah.
You know, and like now I have it, and I did post for some time, and now I'm kind of just like over posting. I don't really.
Yeah, the posting is just people who are hyperactive on social media. I mean, I guess technically, I don't know if this.
No, this is different.
Media.
This is different.
Yeah, I don't like posting pictures and all that shit. But
this is you're a content creator.
That is so cringy to say. Content creator. I'm I don't know. This is on my resume, and if a fucking potential person that like is like looking to hire me listens to one of these episodes, I would be surprised if they still go, all right, let's go through with hiring this guy. The amount of cursing and dirty talk on this podcast so far has been fucking absurd.
Here's the thing with that. Everybody says obscene things behind doors.
That's true.
Be honest.
No, that's 100%.
Let's be honest. Everyone says things that aren't politically correct, that they shouldn't say, this and that. And if people argue against that, they're lying.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
If people say, no, I never, I'm a square behind closed doors, you're lying.
Because that's actually like, okay, it's either you're lying or you have no fun. And you have no sense of humor.
Yeah,
because
unfortunately, I think it boils down to having a sense of humor.
Yeah, because unfortunately, a lot of the funniest things in life are also the most fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
We be laughing at like. Oh my god.
That's for another day.
Yeah.
Maybe off camera and record.
Yeah, when the cameras aren't recording or whatever. That's crazy.
These are healthy shots, by the way.
These are healthy shots. But you know what? Because we hard liquor like
From
that.
the
You know,
year.
I have not fucking ate dinner. Oh, we have the exact same shot glass.
You
Cheers.
haven't?
No.
What
I
you
want
got
an
waiting for
empty
you?
stomach.
Oh my god. That's a hack.
It is ridiculous. What are your thoughts on whiskey?
I'm not a fan, honestly.
Do you think you will be as you get older?
I think so. Like I hope to get more into wine, for sure.
Wine's nice. I want to go mead drinking with you one day.
Mead, yeah, for sure. This dude is so hospitable. He offers me shots of whiskey and no water.
I brought you tea right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hold on. What did he say? I told him in the beginning too.
He did.
Actually, if you can smell this, that's the tea that I use to. It's the same tea.
You know, my sense of smell is Duke.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. No, so you're not a whiskey. You hope to get into wine. I want to get into whiskey because it's one of those image things. You know, like the man in like the leather chair with a bearskin rug next to like a
Right.
fucking
It's
fireplace.
It's hairs on your chest, you know.
Yeah.
The manly stuff, right?
And
right.
you have like a cigar in one hand and then like a nice whiskey glass
So,
with like a big ass ice cube.
Miguel would know, like, oh, you know, these whiskeys are good and this is what they do and stuff. I think there's a good culture behind whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you dive into every single one, there's I'm sure a great culture behind tequila. I'm sure. I don't know about vodka, really. I don't know. I don't want to bad talk vodka. I don't know if there's history there.
I don't know. I think it's just
I'm sure
fermented
tequila.
potatoes.
I'm sure tequila has good
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
Whiskey, I'm sure has good history.
Yeah.
I don't know about gin. Rum has good history. I'm sure.
Gin is Irish, right?
No, I don't believe so. I know it's made with juniper berries.
Is it English?
That
That sounds like something that would be English. We should see if I had a fucking producer, I would be like, yo, Jamie, look that up. You know Jamie from JRE?
Yeah.
I'd be like, Jamie, look that up real quick.
I know gin is juniper berries. Maybe it's one of those like Scandinavian.
See, I'm always curious. Like, Jameson is a fucking world-renowned brand, right? It's like one of the most famous brands of whiskey.
But gin originated as a medical or medicinal liquor made by monks and alchemists across Europe, particularly southern France, Flanders, and the Netherlands.
Okay, not what I was
Gin
expecting.
emerged in England after the introduction of Genever, a Dutch and Belgian liquor that was originally a medicine.
Would you ever try absinthe?
Is that like the burn your chest, burn a hole in your chest like
No,
stuff?
I think it is strong, but it has properties of like hallucinogenics in it. But it's it's an alcohol, yeah, and I think it's illegal in some states.
Well, look at that.
I would definitely try it. But I think I'm just
sure
like
you would.
Yeah, I'm a very like curious person with that type of stuff.
I would want to drink mead. Absolutely.
No, that's fermented honey, right?
Yeah.
That shit has to be ridiculously
gin is
good.
juniper berries, whiskey's wheat, pretty sure wheat and like, you know, barley wheat. I think it's wheat. Tequila's agave.
Mm-hmm.
Vodka's potatoes. Rum is sugarcane.
And vodka I think could be made out of corn nowadays too. There's
That's
some
Tito's.
Corn.
Tito's.
So it is, yeah. Tito's is vodka.
Tito's
right?
is vodka made
Yeah.
of corn, yeah.
Rum is what? What'd you say?
Rum is sugarcane, I believe.
I think so too.
So yeah, rum.
Moonshine.
Moonshine is death in a bottle. I don't even know. What is that?
It's like that hillbilly shit. I don't know what it's made out of though.
I have no idea either. Well, let's see.
He used to be a bartender, by the way. He used to be a bartender.
Yeah.
You know what? Wait, I'll give you time to think, right? Because this question's on the spot. Think of like a really crazy bartending story while you work there. Because this motherfucker used to work crazy hours where like literally you'd get off of your shift at what, like 4?
Yeah, like 4. Yeah, 4.
That's ridiculous.
I would
then you
do
drive
so. All right, real quick. Moonshine is made from any grain or any fruit.
That's how you know it's
Wonderful.
hick shit.
Wonderful.
That's how you know it's hick shit.
So, I my shifts for bartending, I would bar back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 6 p.m. to 4 a.m., 10 hours. And then Tuesday, I would bartend and be an actual bartender from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So one time this is not like the exciting story, but one time I was very, very tired, and you got to stand on your feet and interact with people for 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's the shift. And you sneak away, you grab some food, whatever. But I was so tired that I leaned over the bar, and like I was standing and falling asleep standing. Like my head was nodding off while standing
That's
up.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was, I loved it though. It was really good. Yeah. It was fun.
Why?
It was fun. Yeah, I mean, I take pride in like making things.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking that's because of like the fact that you had experienced that, but not during that you would like it a lot.
I did. The only thing I didn't like was having to drive, into the city and stuff.
Yeah.
But I liked it. The interactions with people was good,
He makes a mean cocktail.
You learn how to make some drinks. A funny thing at that time, I didn't drink during that time.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
I didn't drink at all during my time of bartending.
So how would you know it tasted good?
I didn't.
So you were just like
this, that, and here you go. Yeah.
That's crazy. And little did you know that those were some fucking nice ass cocktails you were throwing out there.
I mean,
because I would imagine it's the same recipe that you make now or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, now I taste them, right? And I don't know. It's just like a balance of the flavors. You don't want to make a drink too strong that it just kills you, and then you don't want it to just be all sweet,
Yeah.
You I made remember that drink we made. It was with like basil, blackberry,
Yes.
strawberries,
Yeah.
Agave and lime.
We had a cocktail like
making contest.
Yeah.
And we
it
were
was like
paired
everybody.
off.
Yeah. That was dope.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
we
really
should do
fun.
that again. That was really fun.
We should.
Because like, I mean, if you remember that night, we didn't drink too much.
No, we didn't.
Like we kind of sipped the drinks, but like, if we each made in 4 pairs, right? If we had like 4 pairs, those are 4 specialty cocktails.
Yeah.
That we could drink throughout the night.
Yeah.
And like it's good. And then if not, you take some shots, whatever. I've noticed we're big shot drinkers. Miguel came around and he was like, "Yo, you guys take a lot of shots."
Oh yeah, the last time he was here. Yeah.
Like we take shots instead of drinking cocktails.
Because I think I'm just that type of. Okay, so I know I'm that type of person because I get a little late. I like to start my night with a cocktail.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I like to start my night with 3 shots. That's
or that actually. No. I'm not gonna lie. Or that, depending on the mood. But I
depending
know
on what you're going for the night. Right?
Yes, and I know I like to. Okay, to get to where I want to be, I like to take shots. But then once I'm there, I like to nurse a cocktail.
Yeah. Makes
right?
sense.
But it's because like I get annoyed with like having to like the whole shaking process and all like this.
No. Me totally different.
I know you enjoy making
I like
it.
making the drinks.
Yeah, whereas I get
don't
lazy
like
with
drinking the volume. Like,
and that's also with me too. I don't like when because we get hyperactive when we drink.
Yeah.
Like we're always like making jokes, laughing, moving around and shit. And when we do that, we're like doing this. And when I start moving and I feel that sloshing
it's
motion,
a different energy. It's like for me, it's different. It's totally different. Like when you're shots, whatever, versus cocktails. Like I think, like you get lethargic. All that liquid in you. Like when I drank seltzers,
that's disgusting.
I have to drink a lot of seltzers to get me somewhere.
Yeah.
Remember it was at your mom's birthday. I wasn't feeling anything, and it was all seltzers.
When we were doing that, hit the ping pong.
Bing. You throw the ping pong ball across the table, and you hit the 2 cans.
Yeah, and then you have to.
That was fun.
Did we win? Pretty sure we won.
I think we won on a winning streak, and then we lost like 2 in a row.
Well, because we fucking were on
the
table.
We won like 6 straight or something like that.
Eventually,
And they were cheating too. Remember how you you throw it, you hit the can. Right. When you hit the can, they have to get the ball, bring the ball back to the table. So they would throw it, hit our can. They would begin drinking. The object of the game is to drink yours entirely, empty it out first. So for everyone listening, there's a folding table. You have 4 cans
in each of the corners.
In each of the corners, there's 1 ball in play. Each team of 2 takes turns throwing across the table to the opposite 2 cans. Right. So when I throw it, the object I want to aim and hit the can, and then once I hit the can, it's my green light to drink my drink. I want to chug it until I finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to retrieve the ball, bring it back to the table. So I stop drinking when they retrieve the ball, put it back on the table.
And touch the table.
Yeah. So that's when I stop. So the object is to finish your drink before the other team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they would throw it, bing, hit our can. We would get the ball, bring it back to the table, slam it down on the table.
think I know what you're talking.
And they would still keep drinking.
Like they would delay a second before
and
they
then
stopped.
on top of that, there was a lot of spillage. There was a lot of
I
spillage.
do remember that.
A
My
lot.
sister's a little fucking cheater when she wants to be, bruh. That's
It wasn't
ridiculous.
her. It wasn't just, it was, you know.
It was her and her partner,
you
but
know,
we're honest
whatever.
men, and we fucking played that game right. And we also got handed the dented fucking cans. Do you remember that?
Oh no, we got
The
no
beat up.
It was not only dented, it was the warm fake piña colada flavored whatever you
And
call
coconut. That was disgusting.
It tastes like coconut perfume in a
yes,
can.
yes,
Mixed with water.
Exactly. Yep. I
And
remember. Yep.
warm. It was gross.
And they're over here drinking like, and that does play into the game because when you're drinking some nasty shit, you can't down it as quick. And they're over there with like the cold, nice flavored fucking whatever.
it was like those
seltzers.
specialty like tequila seltzers.
Yeah, the orange ones. And we're over here with
dude.
Bud Light coconut flavored shit, and we're drinking like
God.
Macy's. We're running with our mouth open in a fucking
the-
Macy's perfume aisle, like
perfume aisle.
SpongeBob.
Oh my
Coughing
god!
up, like it was
Yeah,
disgusting.
it was rough. You know that artificial taste that it just tastes like perfume.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
gross.
Do you
Oh,
like drinking
so
games
bad.
like that?
Yeah, they're fun.
I
They're fun.
love drinking it, and I know he's a competitive dude. So I know
Very,
if like
yeah.
I'm thinking like, yo, I want to get him.
Slap
a little...
cup is fun. Slap cup is fun.
Wait, I'm trying to think which one that is.
So that's where you have two cups, and you wanna flip it, right? Oh yeah.
It's a
you wanna
ping pong
pop,
ball.
You wanna bounce it and
into
drop
the-
it in, and then you pass the cup.
Yeah.
It's like knockout, where if the person behind you catch up to you,
If they get it in and the person right
so
before you,
say me and you, right?
Yep.
It's going.
this way,
I guess counterclockwise,
Yeah.
right? So it's going from you to me. I'm trying to bounce off the table into the cup,
And I get mine in.
You
I
get
can
mine
slap
in,
yours.
You slap my cup.
Okay.
So you slap my cup. Now it's like, oh crap! Now I got to take one of the amount of cups.
I do remember this.
You
Yep.
drink it,
We played this
it,
before.
and that becomes your cup.
Do you remember I got fucked up playing that game? Because remember what the last cup is? It's it's
Oh,
full
yeah,
to the
it's
brim of that
yeah,
disgusting
yeah.
elixir. It's just like anybody. This will get you fucked up. The center cup, which is the last cup after like that big like circle, is full of whatever the fuck people want to put in there.
I mean, they were nice, and it was just like a full seltzer.
Yeah.
you know. But it could be
You
like
could put vodka
shots. It could
and-
be it could
Yeah.
be whatever. It
And
could
I
be a
got
mix
fucked
of
up
it.
because I already was on shots and I drank that, and then I remember being like all sorts of messed up.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, I'm definitely so behind the game with all these drinking games.
I don't think so.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think so. I don't think
Bro,
so.
I started having drinks like
A year and a half ago.
a year and a half. Yeah.
No, but
2
I
years
don't.
ago,
But I don't
maybe.
think that means you're behind because
I don't know any of these games.
Yeah, but neither do I. And I've been drinking since I was like, well, I guess drinking like the way I drink now.
I guess it's the the college scene and the drinking. Game
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
I didn't
Yeah.
have that college scene either because I
Yeah.
commuted. My
Yeah,
sister's
exactly,
the one who's
yeah.
familiar with all
and
that
yeah,
shit.
and she knows them way more than we do.
She
I
told
don't
us
know.
about that corner.
Yeah, that was
game.
fun.
Yeah,
very
that was a
fun.
good game. We should play that again when the weather gets warmer in the springtime. We'll host a little get together. Actually, on that note, this is such a good. Oh man, this is ebb and flow of the conversation. What's the drunkest you remember being in your life? I got my answer for this. Do you want me to tell my story real quick before you go?
Is it 4th of July
No, mine's not 4th of July.
for you?
It's not.
No, I know yours.
Oh, so yours? You were saying yours is 4th of July?
No, what do you think mine is? That's what I thought you were going for.
Oh, okay. No. So I was gonna say mine, but if I had to guess,
I think I know mine.
okay, was it with me? Can I ask that? Because if it wasn't with me, I have my guess.
I have two.
One of them is
I have two.
definitely
One of them was with you. Yeah.
and the other one wasn't.
The other one wasn't.
And the other one that wasn't, I would think, is Kelly, your girlfriend's cousin's graduation party or something.
No, that was her.
Her graduation
Yeah.
party. That's the one I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's
Okay.
the one that you weren't there.
Yeah.
Tom
Sorry,
was
Kelly.
there.
Yeah. Sorry,
Tom
Kelly.
was there, and he crashed on the couch.
He fell asleep on the fucking couch. He was,
He was
pretty
out
low.
on the couch.
So I heard.
And
And
but
then
yeah,
the-
but we had a lot of seltzers that day.
And that's
and
the
I
one
slept
that
on Kelly's couch, and I laid down and I felt the liquid just rise up. So I went to the bathroom and just got rid of it.
Did you? Oh, so you did throw up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had to. I was
because the volume.
That. Yeah. It was too much.
Okay. So other one that was with me.
So. All right, this is weird. I wasn't that. You remember the time at your house that I was over the toilet for 2 hours after DR?
No. I remember you weren't that drunk.
I wasn't that drunk.
No. I'm not gonna guess that. I actually like. No matter what you may think, I swear to God, I saw it in you. You weren't lit up because
that was after DR that we had stomach problems. Like everyone we just took turns having.
So they went
problems.
to DR. I unfortunately was not invited to go on this trip.
Oh my God!
Yo, I'm sorry.
You're a bum.
I had to. No,
You're a
so
bum.
so
You're
no.
Mr.
I obviously,
Flake.
That's
what it is.
Yeah. I literally was in DR a week. I think a week before. The rest of the friend group was there.
Yeah.
Or what?
Like 2, I think.
Yeah, so 2 weeks, and it was like the resorts were like very like within a mile or two.
Down the shore.
It was very close to each other, and so they went and they were sending pictures and stuff like that. It looked beautiful. I was like very happy for you guys. I did have a little bit of FOMO, but I knew that I brought that on to myself, so I was
kind of. But that
100% I brought that on to myself.
Whatever.
But anyways. They had gone, and then when they came back, they were kind of feeling. Well, you had communicated to me because we tried to go out like drinking or not go out, but like we tried to have a little powwow where we like have a couple drinks, and you, Andy, and Tom were all saying like, "Yo, my stomach ever since I've gone back from DR is feeling a little like fucked up."
Yeah, and we took turns having like decently strong stomach problems while we were there. So like first it was I think Emma, then Tom, Emma. Then Kelly, then Tom, then me, or Emma, Tom, Kelly, me. I think I was the last one.
You think it's water situation?
They say it's water. They say it's like tourist like stomach, but there's like some colloquial term for it that your body's not used to the bacteria found in other parts of the world. So it's very common bacteria in the area.
That's so crazy.
But
to me.
Our bodies just aren't used to it.
That is so crazy to me. See, but so, like when I went to Japan, I never got like
that water's definitely cleaner than DR water.
You think so? I guess I would imagine Japan's like a really advanced country, and yeah. But anyway, so you guys all had stomach problems, and that time that that's not what I was gonna guess because you came back. He had a couple. You didn't even have that much to drink. You didn't.
No, I had like
2 shots.
No, I had a little more than that, but not much. It wasn't enough to kill me like that.
Yeah, and then
to wipe me out.
But you weren't even drunk is the thing. You were like, dude, my stomach is feeling kind of upset. And then I remember you were just like, I can't drink anymore. And he wasn't like, I can't. He was just like, I don't think I should drink anymore because your stomach was upset.
And funny thing is, I think I had like 4 or 5 shots, like nothing crazy. So on the very last one, I took it and I was like, oh, I messed up.
I
knew I messed up as soon as I took that one.
That's the worst feeling.
I knew it. I was like, damn, I just round the corner. I'm done.
And then that's not
anyway. That's
so funny. That's not what I was gonna guess for your most drunkest.
Because I wasn't. So I guess you're right. I wasn't.
So you know what it is for sure in your head? One of the two. So I already guessed.
I know mine. I know mine.
God damn it!
I know yours too.
I think you know. Okay, yeah, I think you know mine. I know mine without a fucking doubt.
It was not with me. It was not with any of us.
Actually, there's 2. So there's 2 that I'm thinking. No, wait, what?
Your drunkest moment was not with any of us.
That used to be my drunkest moment. I unfortunately surpassed that.
Okay, I know what it is now.
I unfortunately surpassed that.
It wasn't with me.
And there's that's one of them. The other one was with you.
All right. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So let's get it out there for the listeners.
So you're trying to guess
okay. Now I gotta think. So
let me guess yours first.
New Year's Eve was definitely one of your.
It is. Moments. It is. And you were not there because you just couldn't attend.
The next one I would say was 4th of July, the meatball moment. I think you were.
It's not.
No.
No. But you were still there for it though. The next one was
mine is probably
the 4th of July.
No.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. Yo, okay, hold on. So your other one that's not Kelly's graduation party was
with you,
not 4th of July, but it was still with me.
Yes.
Oh my God, man, this is fucking killing me. Hold on. All right, well, I'll just say I'm gonna think about it in the back of my head, but I'm gonna say what my actual one was. So you had guessed the 4th of July for me.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
It's not that. The first one was New Year's Eve, which you were not there for, but the second one, which you were there for, and you were, I don't even think you were tipsy, was when we went to the night that Andy jumped on my back and I fell on my fucking face on the way to Noonan's.
Oh my God.
I
was not because I got there late.
Yes.
I got there late.
The night
you guys were messed up.
The night before I had left for Florida for like my temporary move to go like live with my uncle.
Yep. And your mom like called me and was like, "What's up with Brandon? Do you remember that?"
Yeah. No, I don't. I blacked out that night actually. I semi-blacked out because the next day I actually went through my Snapchat memories and saw a bunch of videos that I don't remember recording.
You got so lucky you didn't break your tooth on the pavement, on the pavement outside.
Yeah, let me tell that story real quick. So Andy is a big motherfucker. You haven't seen him on video yet. He hasn't been on the video version, but he's about my height, so 6'4", and he is like very built. So he's like a lot of muscle. And we were walking to our because we're responsible, so we pre-gamed at my house. We didn't drive. We walked to the local pub, and on our way there, my dumb ass was like, "Yo!" Somebody goes like, "Oh my God, like you're tipsy."
First, you told me to get on your back. I don't know if you remember.
No, I do remember that. I was like, "Mike, get on my back."
So I was like, "All right, whatever, right, whatever."
Yeah.
So I got on your back and you ran. I was like, "Okay, all right, stop, relax."
And then you got off.
So I got off. Whatever.
Piggyback riding, by the way. This is like. And then I had said, "Andy, get on my back." And then Andy was like, well, somewhere in between there, I told Nina to get on. And then she was like, "No, I can't because like you're drunk." And then I was like, "What? You don't think I could like manage that?" So then I told Andy, who's the biggest one. I was like, "Andy, get on my back."
And I was trying to tell you guys, I was like, "Relax. Don't do it.
Yeah,
whatever."
I should have listened.
And then out of nowhere, you were not ready.
I was not.
Andy just did a full-on run, jump onto your back.
Yep.
Then you got hit, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And then
the momentum took me forward, and I fucking because you know like when you piggyback ride, you try to like underhook their legs when they're under your armpits, right?
Yeah, he flattened you. You missed.
So I couldn't do that. So while I was going down, I like barely stuck out my left arm. My left pinky got fucked up, and I literally face planted onto asphalt. Like my head hit the fucking to the point where my like right under my nose where the little Cupid's bow is, there was skin that was like shaved off because of the force that you are so right. I didn't chip my I was so lucky I didn't chip my front tooth.
A few newtons of force away from breaking your tooth.
But you know what the funny thing is, bro? I never had like pain. The next morning I didn't wake up feeling like toothaches. Like as if I had like a lot of blunt force trauma.
You just got so lucky you just grazed your lip. Think about it. You press your lip and you feel your tooth, right?
Yeah.
You had enough force to scratch your upper lip.
Right here.
But not bust a tooth.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You got
pretty crazy.
So lucky.
And I remember so I had my hood up, right? And I'm laying flat on the ground and my hood's like covering the top of my head. And they heard that. Andy fucked up his palm too because he like braced for impact. And everybody in the group who was ahead of us, because we were in the back, they turn around, they stop walking. They're like, "What the fuck?" They turn around, they look at me, and I like raise my head up when I'm fucked up. Show that picture to the camera.
I don't know.
I'll include it in post if they can't see that. But yeah, that's what it's so minor looking in the picture, but it hurt like a bitch. And
it was minor, but it goes to show how close you are to losing a tooth that day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was definitely one of my drunkest. Because you know what it was? We pre-gamed. Bro, you know how stupid this is, man. First of all, for the adults out there listening, I know for a fact my uncle's going to have something to say about this. That
was the day.
Which one was, what picture are you showing? Same one? Yeah, I remember taking that. That was a good day. That was my sweater. That was my hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, I still have it, by the way.
No, you're good.
I still have that and the shorts from
Keep it, because you look good in that. I'm pretty sure I don't fit in that anymore. Like, I think the sleeves are too short, which I hate.
Nah, I don't know.
My
anyway,
biggest
what were you
pet
say
peeve
about
is
your uncle?
Yeah, so my uncle Theo Andres, who's been on the podcast, my most frequented guest, but he might rival you soon in that. He fucking shits on us, me and us collectively as a friend group. Yeah, really? I never told you this. He shits on us. He's like, "What type of fucking degenerates take shots of vodka?" Because you know how we shoot.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like whatever's around. Like it's not even a preference anymore.
We are kind of disgusting.
Usually it's tequila though. Usually it's tequila.
And I
Usually.
think now because of this whole situation,
Oh,
we
God.
might start incorporating whiskey into the mix, which I think is a little more acceptable.
They go down easy.
We're gonna have to do that next time we get together. I don't know when
The
it is.
wor-
One of the
what's
weekends
your
coming up.
what's your worst alcohol to shoot?
Like that I
Shot.
can't.
Yeah.
Rum.
What?
Rum. Hands down. Like you talking about a straight
You're
shot.
joking.
Right? You talking about a straight shot?
Yes.
Hands down rum.
You're joking.
And I have a story why.
What is it? Because you
I never told you guys this, yeah, because I guess it's like, I wouldn't think to tell you this, but like, so the first time Hannah and I had like met up, we actually like the premise of the date was because she loves mojitos, and she was like, I think I can make a better mojito than you.
have I ever made her a mojito?
I don't know if yes, you did. No, one of the times that we hung out, I think you made a passion fruit. Did you?
No, I don't know if I did. I only make. Oh, I made a strawberry one for her, and she.
That's
stole
what it was.
I made it for you, and she stole it from you.
Yeah, she did.
I think that's
because
what it
that shit was fucking. He makes a really good drink. But we had gone together, right? And the whole point of the date was, this is obviously like the first date was to like because she was like, I can make a better mojito than you. I'm like, I doubt it, whatever. Because I had planned to use passion fruit in mine, which is like like already a fucking step up.
Yeah.
So we make mojitos.
The syrup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you talking about passion fruit syrup or
Yeah.
No, I didn't even know that was a thing. I used
The carton or no?
what?
Like straight up passion fruit or the carton?
The carton juice.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah,
mixed with simple syrup
Okay.
and then a little bit of mint and whatever else. I think like a dash of seltzer water, club soda, whatever, and then rum, obviously, and lime. And so we had like a little mojito making contest, and afterwards we were like, these drinks are good. And then we decided to take shots of rum because she likes rum. So we're taking shots of rum, and I was like, by the third shot, bro, I was like I'm like,
really?
It's like,
What
here.
was it? What was it? Bacardi?
Bacardi, white Bacardi.
Yeah, well, Bacardi, I guess.
Is that a good rum? I don't know.
I mean, it's a very popular rum, and it's in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you know, like
I didn't know that. The headquarters?
The distillery is in Puerto Rico.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know. I think it's pretty standard, but
It's like Patron
It's
of
not
rum?
No, I think Patron's a little better.
Oh, okay.
Patron's a newish tequila. It's expensive.
That's what I've heard too.
The thing is, like, there's craft versions. I'm no expert here, but
You know
there's
more than me.
craft versions of like each kind of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Bacardi is no craft version of rum.
Okay.
You know?
But it's not like a Svedka of rum.
No.
It's better
I would
than that.
say tequila.
Like a Tito's? Like an everyman's rum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like Cuervo. I think that's a little low.
Okay, yeah.
It's between Cuervo and Tito's.
Okay, that makes sense. So
It's
we were
closer to Tito's.
So we were taking shots of that, and for whatever reason, around I got pretty lit up that night, and then the next morning, like when I was cleaning up, just the fucking smell of it was like nauseating.
Yeah.
I could still take it, no problem, but I'm saying like if I had to pick one, that is the fucking liquor that
Really?
I can't like whiskey. I've even grown to like actually. Have you ever had mezcal?
Yeah, the smoky tequila.
Do you like it?
I'm gonna be honest. I can't say I'm like a super fan. I know it's good stuff. Like I know it is, and it's smoky and it's aged and all that stuff. And they put hints of all that. What is it? It's aged in the barrel, right?
Yeah, something
extra long, so it gets the color and the smoke.
Yeah, of like the wooden burnt inside barrel.
It's smoked,
whatever
aged, or whatever. Yeah. So I know it's good stuff, but like, me, Miguel, and my friend from upstate, Josh, we went to a bar and they got a cocktail which was mezcal with like, it was like some like dragon's breath or dragon something.
That don't sound that enjoyable.
It had like pepper.
Cayenne pepper
and
flakes,
like cayenne and like Tabasco, a little bit of it.
Yeah, I don't know why that's such a popular combination.
That sounds gross to me. You know what I got? I got some Granny Smith apple pie drink.
That sounds
like
delicious.
Fruit. Yeah,
I don't understand what the stigma around like why does a drink have to taste like shit and be disgusting to be manly? It's the fucking dumbest thing.
I I think mine was called like apple crumb. It was like some apple
Apple
pie,
crumble pie or
thing,
something?
Like, yeah.
And remember the last time we went out to go play pool, we had cranberry vodkas, which I'm pretty sure is considered like a fruity drink.
Because I would strongly disagree with it. I think that's stupid. I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
What, like the whole stigma
To
around
be
that?
like, oh yeah, you can't get a fruity drink, bro. I like it.
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean?
I agree. See, we're out here being progressive. There's definitely old heads out there like, no, it has to taste like gasoline in order for you to be a man.
Yeah.
It's the fucking.
You know, I gotta
thing.
say, I think Miguel's one of those people.
No way.
Miguel likes he came to your house and wanted the whiskey.
Okay, see, but is he obnoxious about it?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
So then he's not one of those. He just happens to be one of those
he wants the strong stuff. We went out to the bar, me, Kelly, Miguel, and Josh, right after that same day, I believe. After dinner, we went to the bar. We went to Kelly's old place where she worked. Right around, you know where she worked, or no?
Where
Right
you're talking about
fire
Pro
station. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
across
yeah,
from
yeah,
fire
yeah.
station. So we went there, and then what did Miguel get? J-Mo on the rocks.
Like this
To
shit?
sip J-Mo on the rocks. You know what I got?
You said, right? The crumble pie thing.
No. That was in a different place.
Okay.
I got
Have you ordered it before?
not with you. I got an apple cider. I got a Magnus.
Apple cider,
which is Irish apple cider. So yeah, you know, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the big deal about that is. Oh,
I don't get it either.
Man, that's a little more than you, my friend.
No, what are you talking about?
Let's put it up.
Also, he's eating dinner. I am not eating dinner. What are you at right now, buzzed wise? I'm at like
Honestly,
a good...
I feel nothing.
So
I'm not trying to.
So then you should drink more, is what I'm hearing, because I'm at like a good like 4.
Really? No.
Because I
you
haven't eaten. Like straight up, I haven't eaten.
I just ate and I got here, so I'm fine.
Okay, so how about this?
What do you want me to drink out of the bottle? No.
You drink, you shoot
I gotta
that.
take a piss. That's what I got.
All right, so you know what? We're gonna take a pee break and we'll be right back after we take this shot.
All right.
I'll edit all of this. Happened in the other one too. I'll edit all of this out in post.
I haven't taken a piss in. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my god,
Wow,
that is a hack.
that's interesting.
Okay, we're gonna take
Oh, I gotta pee so bad.
pee break. We'll be right back.
Peace.
We're back. One of the things that we mentioned while we were out there, you know, taking our pee break.
Not together.
Not,
by the way.
No, 100% together.
Ah.
I was holding his. He
I
was
checked
holding
it
mine. Yeah. We just, you know, we did like one of those, you know, whatever. But we didn't look, so it's, you know, no homo. But
Balls didn't touch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Balls didn't touch. Anyways, one of the things that we had mentioned is like the podcast itself, right? Like even if no one watches this, what I was trying to tell you was that like you were saying what you thought the beauty of the podcast was. I don't know if you want to say that first, and then I'll put in my
No,
opinion.
I was just saying that like, regardless of what happens, I'm sure this will be very successful. We're gonna look back at this podcast or the early podcasts and be like, wow, what a difference. You're gonna have like higher profile people, interesting people, more interesting people than myself on this podcast, but these early podcasts are going to be memories. They're going to be like time capsules and just like, they're going to be snapshots in time. We're going to look back and be like, wow, on December 8th of 2021, you know, we were talking about this, we were talking about our future and this and that. And then we're going to look back and wow, we were so off or we were spot on.
I think we're spot on. So you could not have summarized that better. He put it very elegantly, so beautifully. Like the original reason I wanted to start this podcast is because I wanted to document conversations. That's because, you know, I could talk for out. We've literally stayed up till after everyone else leaves in the party.
How late was that? 4 a.m?
Bro,
4:30?
5:30.
5:30?
5:30 in the morning. We stayed up till 5:30 talking, and we could have gone longer, but we saw the clock and we're like, you know what?
Yeah,
like,
that's the crazy thing.
and that's happened on more than like 4 occasions. And I have Snapchat memories, the text, everything to like, not that you need proof, but like, you know, to show you, like it's crazy. So like
Yeah, that happened right here. I drove home that day.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's
It
like
took
you
so
start off
long.
tipsy and then you
Yeah.
kind of just keep talking, and it's the beauty of the conversation just kind of keeps you into
and
the
then
point
the
where
other
you get
time
over.
where I slept down there, remember?
Yeah, I have the
That's another
Snapchat
time.
memory. That's the Snapchat memory I'm talking about. But the whole reason I wanted to start it was just because, like, we always talk about, like, when we have kids and stuff in the future, right? Like, I know that our friend group is, like, so beautiful in this way where, like, we are so connected because of, like, the time that we spent together, the hardships that we've gone through, and all that stuff. And I just think the podcast is a really perfect opportunity for, like, those conversations with each of the people that I cherish the most to be documented. I guess it is selfish where, like, it's not really gaining much of your perspective. Like, it's not like your, how do I say this without sounding, like, it's not like your podcast, right? So it's not like from your perspective, but it being
well,
mine.
I'm not doing it. It is yours. Absolutely. There's no selfish thing about it. You're the one actually doing all the work behind it.
I mean,
It's
work.
yours.
I'm getting to sit down with, like, my fucking brother from another mother and talk about, like, stuff that I love talking about. To me, that's not work. That's, like, a privilege. And that's the thing. It's like, the beauty of it is that this lives forever in my computer, on the internet, wherever it's hosted. And like you said, like, years down the line, we could look back at this and be like, holy shit, like, look at us. Like, look in the camera, right? You said earlier, I'm so happy. It touches, it's so heartfelt that you were like, this is going to be successful, right? And that you were like, there's going to be more interesting people and stuff like that. But there will be, I guess, society-wise, if it ever gets successful, more high-profile people. But that's a big if because you're on the up and up, my friend, and so is everybody else in our friend group. I really think you guys are just bound for success. But, like, the thing is like, no matter who comes on the podcast, it could be someone I like, fucking whoever can come on the podcast. I'll always have you guys as, like, my foundation, and you guys will always come back on. You're always more than welcome to come back on. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, this is not like an invite only. It's when you have time to come on, you can come on.
I mean, I really appreciate that. And, like, obviously, we talk so much about everything.
Everything.
Like, I think anything under the sun is fair game with, like, what we talk about.
100%.
So, like, we could probably be on a recorded podcast and talk for like a week straight.
I don't think that's an exaggeration.
Like, we just keep talking, and, like, it won't be forced. It won't be whatever. That's just how it goes. Honestly,
it's with the flow of the conversation, baby. We've had so many, like, and
it's topics from any sort of topic. So there's, like, obviously, the video games, the sports. We talk about life. We talk about getting ahead. We talk about finance. We talk about podcasts. We talk about little projects.
Wait, did you say getting ahead or getting head?
That too.
You said, so you meant to say getting
ahead.
I heard getting head. I don't know where my mind is at.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Nah, but this man, he's a lot of interesting things to talk about. Yeah.
No, but bro, like, you know what my dream is with this, right? Is to one day where it gets to the point where, like, it is at the level where the production values increase to the point where, and again, like, this podcast has taken so much inspiration from those that have come before it, right? I am in no means an original content creator, I guess. Joe Rogan and the Podfather, can't remember his name right now. He, like, the first person that ever did podcasts back in, like, the early 2000s, whatever it is. I'm not an original content creator in that sense. I've drawn a lot of inspiration from those.
You are an original content.
I guess because I'm the only Brandon Chung to make a podcast.
What are you going to be the first person to make a podcast?
No.
Original.
But what I'm saying is, like, the show takes a lot of inspiration from, like, those types of conversations, and I'm not saying that as a point of like shame. I take pride in that because, like, I think it, like, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I feel passionate about this, so that's why I want to do it. But that's besides the point. What I was trying to get at is, like, those dudes, right? Like, I've taken a lot of inspiration out of them. And if it ever gets to the point where it's at that production value, dude, this is my dream. 6 chairs, 6 microphones, and 6 cameras were, like, 7, I guess. 7, the first one being, like, an overall wide shot of everyone at the table. and then each camera, the other 6 cameras being a dedicated angle towards the person, and then obviously in post you could have like whenever someone has a really good reaction, you have that close up. That episode would be titled, not this exact title, but something along this lines of like the lunch table conversation.
Oh, that's
because that is like the whole reason that I was like, I love, and I only have 3 microphones
too. That's a good name
for like a podcast or like an episode,
like a podcast,
right?
That's where did this all start?
Was the lunch table. It all originated, and actually the
lunch
first
table lectures, baby.
Oh, that's yours, bro. You gotta start that lunch table lectures, son. Lunch table lessons, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
like that's like you, and you were actually the first person that I ever sat. We have such an interesting relationship.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that because I think like we're at an hour and 51 technically. I mean before editing and stuff like that.
So of course they don't know, but I moved to Pearl River my ninth grade year. So I was 13 years old.
Yeah.
I moved from upstate and I came here the start of 9th grade. So it was about a month and a half in to the 9th grade year. Because I remember I did a month and a half in upstate in Niskuna High. And then I came down to Pearl River not mid-year, but a little bit into the year. And I can't say I'm a stranger to new schools because I had a few new schools. I had like, so I was in Jersey when I was very young, then Puerto Rico, then Jersey, then upstate, then another school in upstate, then here. So, I'm not a stranger to new schools and this and that, but I'm glad I came when I did. Came in 9th grade. I had 4 years to develop friendships and stuff in high school. So I'm very fortunate that I came when I did. But anyway, that's besides the point. Just a little background. So I came 9th grade, and coincidentally, that's the same year Andy came too.
Yeah, from
Andy
California, I think. He came. Well, he was in 8th grade.
Yeah, he was in your grade. Yep.
Yeah. Because I was in 8th grade when I met you, and you were in 9th grade.
I was in 9th grade. So, I had my schedule set, whatever. And I was just going about my day, kind of just doing my thing, whatever. New school, 9th grade. I thought 9th grade was the year of high school, right? Because now upstate, that's how it was. 9th grade, it's 9 to 12. It's 6 to 8, 9 to 12.
Actually, usually everywhere in the country.
Yeah.
And for some reason, our fucking
here it's 5 to 7, right?
Yeah,
5 to 7
is middle
8
school.
to 12.
8 to 12 is high school.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So to get to how we met, I was in the design and drawing class with you, with Andy, and with a few other people.
I don't know. Was Andy in that class?
Andy was in that class. Yeah, he was.
You're 100% sure?
I'm very, very sure. I'm like 85 to 90% sure he was in that class. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were both new and we gravitated towards each other.
See, I don't
like
remember
90%
Andy.
sure.
I don't remember Andy being in the. Are you talking about the same class where I asked you like if you were?
Yeah.
If you played,
Yeah.
See, I remember you sitting. I sat next to.
You sat in the front right.
And you were in front. You were behind
And
me.
I was behind diagonal to you.
Yes. And I sat next to. Don't say his name because I've told the story about him.
Yeah.
But like him,
of course. Absolutely.
the farter, and then you sat next to. Who did you sit next to?
I think Dan Salmon, maybe.
I think Dan Salmon.
Yeah,
he's a good kid.
Yeah, great kid.
And so he doesn't know how to do a chin up, but
Nah, only because he beat me in the pull-up competition. I'm very salty.
Oh
about
my
that.
god, that was so funny.
Anyway,
but anyways,
he got me. Props. to him.
So we'll get to that story another day, or we have so many stories, and we're so young. But anyways, so I remember you sitting diagonal behind me, like you said, and I don't remember Andy being in that class because
he was. I'm very sure. We'll ask him, but I'm sure he was.
Okay, so I'll take your word for it because my memory is not the best. But anyway, so I remember. Go ahead. You keep talking because you were on a roll.
So we went quite some time without even talking, if you remember.
Yeah.
So I got there, whatever, and those classes are they're half year courses?
Yeah, they are.
So half year courses. So honestly, it almost went like a month in, and we wouldn't talk, whatever. I was just focused on my stuff. You were focused on your stuff, and at that time, we're just two random kids. So it's
And
like,
you
whatever.
had a lot of pressure because you were the new guy.
I was the new kid, and I didn't. not that I had my guard up, but I was just like, oh, I'm, I guess, scoping out the scene, whatever, stupid stuff. Anyway, so just one day out of nowhere, I don't really know why or how this came up, but you just turned around and you were like, hey, do you like video games? Like, very simple question, very, very simple question. So then I was like, yeah, I mean, I play. He was like, do you have Xbox or PlayStation? So there was a series of questions that went along, and the criteria got filtered down to more and more specific. Yeah. So what if I said I played Xbox? Would we be sitting here today?
That's a really fucking good question. And
I want to go into something after this. I want to go into the history of our friends.
Okay.
And how we met each other and the timing in which we met each other, and see if we agree. Because I think... Anyway, we'll get to that later.
But to answer your question, I don't think we would be where we are today. Because I remember a really... Like a cornerstone of our friendship was the fact that we played together online on PS3. Yeah. And a lot of those conversations have been...
So the first question was, question 1, do you play video games? Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, I do. And then you asked, okay, Xbox or PlayStation? I was like, PlayStation. What about you? You were like, okay, cool. Yeah. Xbox people suck, whatever. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that was question 2. Third question, the most important of them all. Do you play Skyrim?
Yes, sir.
And from that moment, I was like, hell yeah, I play Skyrim.
Yeah, bro.
And how did you feel about that when I said that I played Skyrim?
It really, okay, so this is a really, that's such a great question because, so obviously as you see, he's like he's a very, very in shape person, right? And we've mentioned on the podcast before that you're genetically gifted, but you're like a freak athlete, right? And when you had come to the school, I had originally, like the first way that I had seen you, like the first place that I'd seen you was on the basketball court outside, like in the lunch, like the outdoor basketball courts. God, yeah, give me a little bit more. He's evening out the shots. Don't film me. Oh, he gave me the exact. See, I'm on an empty fucking stomach, my dude. But it's all right.
You're good.
Yeah. So anyways, the first place I remember seeing you was on that asphalt court, fucking doing nasty, crossovers and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this motherfucker's nasty at sports. And you were the new guy. And I just remember thinking like, yo, why does he seem so cool? Like, I just, like, honest to God, I was like, because I had never been a popular kid. And I was always like, honestly, I was always like seen as like a very like, well, you could get into that in a second because that's part of like the dynamic of our relationship. But I had seen him as like, yo, this motherfucker is mad cool. He's mad athletic. He's the new guy. I don't know if everyone's been welcoming to him. And I remember thinking like, there's no way this guy, because at the time, I guess the stereotype, the stigma was that video games are nerdy.
I think that game in particular.
Very much that game.
Not because like everyone plays COD, Call of Duty. Everyone plays
all those fucking.
Everyone plays 2K. Everyone plays Madden.
Exactly. That's a really good point. Yeah. And then a RPG fantasy lore driven game is very much seen as like, oh, you must read Lord of the Rings. You must be like a fucking like,
you must go to like Comic-Con and dress up, and which I would love to do.
We've talked about this before. Yeah, and you must LARP and all that shit. Yeah. So I remember thinking like, there's no way this guy plays this game. So I had that thought, and then
it was just a shot in the dark. You just like toss it out. We'll see.
Skyrim was actually my original thought because I just started playing that game. So, but I didn't want to just turn around and ask you like, yo, do you play Skyrim? So I had thought like, what's like a way to ease into it was video games is a very blanket like genre, so I'll start with that, and then I'll go into, well, do we relate on the fact that we play video games, but do we relate where like he plays PS3 so that maybe we could play together, because I had seen him as like a really cool dude and I wanted to give him like a warm welcome to the school. I don't know what the fuck. And then I had asked if you played Skyrim. When you answered yes, my mind's eye was like open, because I'm like, there is no fucking way this like living, I guess at the time I viewed you as like a living.
Don't even.
No, I swear to God, I seen you as like a living like what is that called? Like a contradiction, because there's, in my mind's eye, there's no way an athletic kid could also be a person who is deeply involved.
A person of culture.
A person of culture. That's a great way to fucking put it. A person of culture, and someone who appreciates the fine aspects of like a very in-depth RPG, lore built out, lore driven world and stuff like that. So when you answered yes, it really just kind of like blew my mind. And then from there, that was like I would say the catalyst to our relationship.
I would agree. I would agree. And the funny thing is, right? So I would say yes, I played Skyrim, but there are people who quote played Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as involved and as into it as we were. My cousin told me he played Skyrim.
Can I name drop? Can I get? Because I'm pretty sure.
I don't. Go ahead. If you remember.
Is it Angel?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, because I remember this story.
He played Skyrim. And he killed Alduin with what?
Iron
with
sword.
An iron sword.
Yo.
That's the same sword you find in Helgen.
Yeah. No, that's like the default sword.
That's gross.
He doesn't even see that people like that. I feel really bad for because they don't even get to experience the beauty of like a fucking like a Daedric or like a glass elven, whatever it is.
How do you press circle, press up twice, and see that skill tree and just be like, nah.
I'm good.
Like what?
Default. You're fighting enemies that are level what, like 3
yeah,
at the end? Alduin is fucking level 5, maybe at the max.
The whole
meanwhile,
way.
when
you're shooting flames and sparks at him.
Yeah.
Like what?
Bro, and meanwhile, when we finish that motherfucker, he's at like level like what, like 100 and something?
Because 81 was that hard cap on vanilla.
Yeah.
81 was, right?
Yeah, 81.
81. Yeah, and so he's whatever doing
ridiculous
max
shit.
level,
yeah.
max level,
and you would have to pull out every single potion, every single fucking enchantment, whatever armor.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it, though. That depthness of the game.
And to play the game, and funny, crazy thing, he played the game without really playing the game, and guess what he did? He returned the game.
No, I still have that game.
That's sad.
I still have that game.
Oh, absolutely. I bought it again, the remastered. They just released the anniversary edition. I'm not buying
that's
that
ridiculous. Yeah, Bethesda, you should track. You should
the hours I put.
Exactly.
Give me a reimbursement.
Oh no, give me the anniversary edition for free and the Elder Scrolls 6 like whatever installment.
For free. I've never bought a game in like the deluxe edition. Elder Scrolls 6. I'm getting the deluxe with the map, with the little version. Statue thing.
Me too.
Yeah, the collectible edition.
To.
That it comes in a box and
it's such a pivotal. That's like the equivalent of like I would say like people don't understand this. For those of you who are non-gamers, like for example, my uncle, right? He's 46. Sorry to age. I don't. You don't care. The equivalent of Skyrim for us is like for your generation is like Star Wars, like something. A piece of media.
Well, Sasuk understands.
Sasuk too. Well, are you saying with us or with his point?
He understands with us. He loves video games and stuff.
But he doesn't. He had never played Skyrim. And I try to
but
show him.
He likes COD a lot.
Yeah, he likes COD.
He understands. I would say.
Yeah.
Like funny thing is, I played with him a lot.
You did.
And for a stretch, I played with him exclusively. It was just me and him.
Because my PS3 had that.
It broke that one time.
Fucking online issue, connectivity issue.
So me and him would play. And it was, it was fun.
Yeah.
And me and him got pretty close, and now I see him all the time. Well, not all the time. Whenever
he's around,
Whenever I see him, it's like we kind of have a special bond.
Yeah.
Because we always like played together, even without you. You
yeah.
know? So that's kind of nice in its own right.
That's such a crazy thing. Oh, so I'll just really quickly finish up so it's like I would say it's the equivalent of Star Wars because it's such a pivotal piece of media that you consumed as like a youth that then went ahead and informed the way that you judge everything going forward.
Yeah.
Skyrim will forever be my baseline of what I consider to be
absolutely
exactly like a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Specifically in the RPG genre.
They say I was watching a video with Todd Howard and like some like IGN interviewer dude.
He's the head of Bethesda, by the way, Todd Howard.
So he got asked the question, "What is your favorite Elder Scrolls game?" So he then responded that it tends to be, for the consumer, the first Elder Scrolls game you play. So for the interviewer, his first one was Oblivion. So that was his favorite.
Yeah.
For older people. So it goes Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim.
Yeah.
So whatever one you play first is your favorite.
The one that you end
because that's the one where you have that big like, oh my god moment, like where you step out and you see the huge like landscape and like it's the most impactful because it's your first one, and then that becomes your benchmark as Skyrim's our benchmark.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of like the graphics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It just leaves such an impact on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, you know, what the next one's gonna be like. But you know, I'm sure they'll do a good job. I just hope they don't Fallout 76 it.
No,
but,
they won't.
you know.
They can't. They can't afford to. If they do, the company's going under. Sorry. I mean, that's
Starfield 2022. 11/11/22.
People have described it as being the Skyrim of like a
Skyrim
space
escape.
Sky. Yeah. But which I don't know whatever that means.
Nah,
I don't know. Now imagine if Skyrim had the combat mechanics of, say, a Witcher.
Witcher has very good combat mechanics. Witcher is very good.
I know you prefer Dark Souls.
My favorite are between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
I think I prefer Dark Souls. I like how the combat. It's when you mess up, it's your fault.
I was gonna say I think you prefer it because of the fact that how unforgiving it is. Whereas
it's unforgiving, but it's fair though. Like it's unforgiving, but you know how some games like you're like. You gotta like flick the analog stick just enough to make the character turn the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like sometimes you feel like, oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to turn that way. Or oh, what the heck, he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel your character doesn't move the way you want to.
Yeah.
Sometimes he like jitters and goes the wrong way. Dark Souls did a great job because the game is so difficult. They have to make the movement in combat precise and fair.
Yeah,
because think about it. You have an extremely difficult game, and then you just get probed by the unfairness of the character movement or the cheapness of the combat. You know how like sometimes in Skyrim, you're just flailing. You're just you're so
mashing.
That's my problem with Skyrim.
Yeah,
is the combat, and like the hitboxes could be off sometimes. Whatever. Dark Souls is so good with the combat that they have like they have everything measured out. So they have like the frames per dodge measured out. They have invulnerability frames in your dodge measured out. So as you level up your dexterity or agility, your invulnerability frames per dodge increases.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
So it's very in depth. Like they understand what it means to have good combat.
See, this real quick pause on this. The jargon that he's saying, right? For those of you, basically my uncle, because he's the one that suggested I do that video game sub-series. This is the reason why I think you're going to be really frequented guests is because you know all that jargon and like we're so immersed in that world. I think it's only right if you're really like you come on there a lot.
I would be honored. I would be honored.
So yeah. But anyway, so back because we just did a really crazy
the Dovahkiin discussions.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Yeah, I just hit you with the alliteration.
No, hold on. That might be the fucking title.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
you get those
I'm putting a fucking pin on that. I'm putting a pin on that, and I'm sending that shit in the notes.
Or the Dovahkiin dialogue. There's so
whatever.
many things
There's so many things.
There's a lot.
Anyway, so
hey.
No, so back because we went on like that was great, by the way. That was a fucking dude. Holy shit, I'm writing that down. Well, after this, I'm not jotting that down.
Because the thing is, if it's gonna be a gaming talk,
it has to be reference a game.
That's pretty nerdy, right?
Yeah,
and that's gonna get people. Hey, do you?
No, that's definitely going up there because he's really good with that stuff because he again listens to so many podcasts, so he knows like what kind of he has a really good.
I think the alliterations get the. Very
I think
appealing.
so too. Yeah,
they're just
Fight Companion isn't really alliterative, but it sounds good.
But if it sounds like original, if it sounds like strong, like the Joe Rogan Experience, like those are strong words.
You know where he got that from, right?
Word. No, I have no idea.
He got that from and. Oh man, I really hope I don't fuck this up, but I'm 99% sure he got that because of the fact that he loves Jimi Hendrix. Right there. And his band, his group was called the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And he actually
really?
Yeah, he took inspiration from him.
Look at that.
Because he loves him so much. Which is actually crazy because like now I would actually argue that more people might actually know who
the
Joe Rogan Experience is than the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Absolutely. I didn't know that. And that's a very small sample size, but it goes to show if I know that,
Yeah.
you know.
So anyways, back because we did a crazy like tangent. But back to like our relationship. And
Oh my gosh, yeah, we did hit a really strong tangent.
We always gotta connect it back. Wait, before we went.
Oh shoot!
This is the last of the picklebacks. We're about to, because this motherfucker really laced my shit up.
You got?
I still
how
have
much
to
you
eat,
got?
dog.
I don't got
pickle juice.
None of that. Yeah, give me a little bit. Just a little bit.
No, that's good. That's good enough for me. There we go. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that was a crispy one.
Not gonna lie,
You felt that one?
bit. Now hit a little bit.
Maybe it's because you didn't have enough pickle juice. I don't know. But you got to try Dirty Fin next time with the Tabasco. It actually helps a lot.
That one hit. I don't think I had enough pickle juice.
Yeah, you were a little
that
limited
J-Mo
on that. There we go. Get loosened over a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
No,
so
that's what happens. Remember, we took down a tequila bottle ourselves. So
we
a tequila
be
bottle
doing
and a
that.
half. Anyway,
We be doing that frequently.
we're not degenerates.
We're not degenerate. No,
can
see, we
just
drink
hold
with
it.
class though. Yeah, it's not our fault that we happen to process it well.
Which kind of sucks.
It does.
I would rather not.
Me too.
I'd rather have 2 shots and be feeling it.
And it's cheaper. It's more efficient.
Yeah.
You don't feel as much like
And it
volume
doesn't
in your stomach.
screw your kidney that much. It's your kidney,
Liver.
right? Liver.
Maybe both. I know it's liver for sure, but maybe
kidney
kidneys
filters
as well.
the blood, right?
Liver filters the blood.
What the heck?
Kidney also filters
Wait. Kidney gets like the urine out,
urea from your blood.
right? And then
Which
your
then
liver
turns to
filters your
urine.
blood.
Yes, I think so.
Anyway,
We're not fucking doctors. Scott, that hit us up with the
yeah, I forgot that
corrections.
we need you on this one. We must sound like imbeciles.
No, we're pretty educated people, I would say.
Yeah,
I think we know a good amount
I
about
would say
science.
I'm more on the financy side of it, more than like the bio.
I would say you're overall. I think our friend group is very smart. That's why we do good in trivia. But anyways, that's besides the point. So in the origins of our relationship, that Skyrim is precipice used in the correct context. If I say that was like kind of like the precipice of our, right?
Yeah.
Definitely the catalyst. Like that's the thing that kicked it off.
Well, that's it. The thing is like that. I think that's a huge like stepping stone. Like
It is.
if 2 people enjoy and have a passion for Skyrim, you're already like 2 of like. It's a very popular game. It is, but you're 2 of a select group. Is what I'm saying.
100%.
So like that alone puts you in a special, group that's easy. Think about all the conversations that we've had based on that alone.
So many.
So
many.
So
and we
that
could
alone,
continue to have to have
even
so
to
many.
this day. Even to this day. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So the impact that the game has had on pop culture and us specifically is huge.
It's so big.
So what I wanted to say, I don't know if it's okay, I take this somewhere, but what I wanted to talk about was like how our friend group came to be, and the different like years or points in times that we were each friends with each other, and how did we end up gluing all together at the end?
Okay.
Because my senior year, your junior year, we were all together,
Yeah.
right? And before that, there were like sub like groups, right? So I'll say my part of it. So first, it was the very first friend and the person was Andy because we were both new.
Well, I would have thought it was Tom.
No, Tom was like the last.
That really surprised
You
me.
didn't know this?
Are you talking about of the whole friend group or of me, Andy, and Tom?
So I, no offense to Paul and Vishal at all. They're my great friends now, and I think we've come closer.
You have.
These recent,
You have, yeah, for sure.
years. In high school, I mean this in no like bad intention or malicious intent. Like we weren't the closest in high school, and I think that's fair to say.
No, 100. That's not malicious at all. It's just the facts. Yeah.
So recently, we've become a lot closer. So I'm talking out of like us 4, right? Because you're very close, and you were very close with Paul and Vishal even in high school. And
Yeah.
then you were like the only one who had like 2 friend groups. Tom had 2 friend groups, but then he came more so to us at the end.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so it was Andy first for me.
Okay.
We were both new. We were both in design and drawing. We were both the new kids. We were both the odd men out. So we just gravitated towards each other, and we're like, all right, what's going on? Like, what's up? Like, where were you from? Whatever. And it's just easy for two odd men out to be friends.
100%. Yeah, I can see that.
And it turns out, we're like-minded, and we have a lot in common, and as we all do. Obviously, we're friends to this day.
Yeah.
So he was first. Then shortly after was you.
Okay.
Right? And then you mentioned, out in the blacktop, I would play and stuff. At that time, I didn't like Tom. And I think Tom would say the same thing. Me and him we would play against each other. Right?
You were opponents.
Yeah. We would play against each other outside, very competitive. And I don't know, maybe saying that we didn't like each other strong, but we would go against each other. So I would see him as some competition. He would see me as some competition. So we weren't too close. It was just like a basketball. Oh, okay, lunchtime. Like, oh, cool. He's someone to play, this and that. So then we weren't super close because he had his friends, remember, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had his friends. So, that was 9th grade. I think that was the scene for 9th grade, all of 9th grade. 10th grade, me and Andy were, we were friends, but we didn't have classes together.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we sat together at lunch with Brandon Ortega.
Yep.
He's a cool kid.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I would love to talk to him. I
catch up with him.
Yeah, I went over his house a few times. Like, he's a really nice kid, really good guy. Worked hard too. He went to NYU. He was doing like biomed and stuff. I don't know if he finished up with that, but anyway, so it was us three, right? So that we would sit, together. I would eat your strawberry cups, I
thought I would eat your strawberry cups.
I think. Nah, man, I like those strawberry cups.
Wait, so did we probably fought over Brandon's?
Maybe something like that.
Because I remember I fucking loved those strawberry cups.
Maybe we took his
with the blue lids.
Nah, it was clear lids. It was not clear lids. It was white lids. Absolutely white lids. Absolutely like white lids with the little like round.
They weren't like a jam.
Divots.
They weren't a jam, right?
Or not a jam,
like a syrup. Yeah.
Syrup.
That's what I meant. Yeah, like a syrup. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, continue.
So,
sorry.
So yeah, then it was us three sophomore year. And then junior year, me and Tom were on varsity together. My junior year, he was on varsity, 10th grade. Tom was on varsity 10th grade. Yeah, he absolutely was. I'm like 90% sure he was. Yeah, because I played with him for 2 years. Yeah, he was. So that's when we started getting close.
When you were in...
When we were in basketball together.
Which you were in what grade? 10th?
11th. 10th was the Ortega and you year for lunch.
For you, which was me
which was your 9th.
Yes, that makes sense.
So
okay, yeah.
Tom's 10th, Tom's 10th is when I started getting close with Tom.
Mm-hmm.
My 11th. And then senior year is when my senior year, your 11th grade is when we all sat together.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what you guys did your senior year. You guys are very close. I know.
It was literally like the same shit, just like not as fun because you weren't there. You'd graduate.
Nah, you guys had a good time.
No. I'm not saying it was miserable, but it was definitely not the same, or the cap for like the amount of fun to be had was definitely not what it would have been if you had been there. Like,
I wish I went to Disney, man. That would have been a good time.
Like with us, you're saying?
Yeah.
That was full of drama. Honestly, like. Yeah, you don't remember like
with like the girls and stuff, like
yeah, and there was like for me personally, I had like there were like two groups that I'd like kind of swapped from.
It was like Paul Vishal and then like
no, Paul didn't go. It was Vishal, Luke Man, Mike, Postupak, all great guys by the way, and I would like hang out with them sometimes, and then I would go and hang out with Tom and Andy.
That is tough, yeah.
And the reason why is because like Tom and Andy, obviously they were
coupled off
with their respective partners at the time, high school relationships, and like I obviously you were with Kelly, and
at that time,
yeah, and there was that other girl that was in that friend group.
Yeah, the other two girls in that friend group.
Yeah. So the ones that Andy and Tom were dating.
Yep.
Kelly, and then the fourth one is the one I'm talking about. I'll tell you, she has a brother that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so she was in that friend group, And like there was some drama because like she was like, I thought she was flirting with me the whole time,
But
and so did Andy and Tom.
yeah, but she was probably like, I'm just having some fun or something.
She
Who knows,
said
right?
the
Who
fucked
knows?
up thing was that afterwards she had said, like she had claimed, right? Because I was like whatever. I was like, oh, this is like nice, whatever. So like because I didn't get any action in high school, and I was like, fuck it, like why not? Because I was like fat, whatever. Anyways,
I mean, I didn't even in high school either.
nah, but
Think about it.
That's because
didn't.
that is out of your like personal choice. I would say
I was
because there were girls.
It's
Thirsting for you, son.
Chill. It was not like that.
No disrespect.
It was not like that.
It was. Can you blame me for saying? I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, look at the motherfucker. Like, there were no. Look, I know you're a humble man, but Jesus Christ, no. Like, there were because you've always been in good shape, right? You never came to school looking like a fucking bum, and like
I look back at some of those pictures and I did.
Compared to now, just because of stylistically,
let me leave the house with that baggy parachute as a shirt.
Easy to say now because stylistically, it's not right. Like in the,
I know
it's not what is considered to be what like looks good now and for like our age group, whatever. But like back then, it looked good, right? And you were always seen as like attractive and like very in shape. So there were definitely girls thirsting after you. What? I'm not trying to make this a sob story, but what I'm saying is like I didn't get any action in high school for good reason because I looked like shit. I'm not saying like now I look like amazing, but like whatever. And I thought that she was flirting. I thought that she was flirting with me, and so did the other two guys. And then it turns out that what she said afterwards was like she was like, she like would like get on my back for like piggyback rides and shit, and she was like, oh, like Brandon, take me here, like can I meet, like all this stuff. She was like being directly flirty. Like whenever like we were the five of us, or not five, seven of us. So Andy, me, Tom, right? And then Kelly, so that's four. And then
the other two, and
so
then
it's six.
The flirty girl, right? That's seven.
So I was right, yeah, seven. So the seven of us would be waiting online for a ride. I would always be in the back. And she actually would then start going towards the back, and she would like spark up conversation with me. She took a selfie. So I'm like, in high school, you think like dumb shit, like, oh, this is flirting, whatever. And then afterwards, she was like, I was just keeping him entertained because I felt bad for him because he was alone. That's what she said. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was chilling by myself and you came to me. So obviously you gave me whatever.
The hotel room at the night you went out.
Wait, what? Wait, did you hear something? Did someone tell you that I rubbed one out in the hotel room?
To the experience during the day? You got a little excited. So you're thinking about it at night, maybe?
Oh, you're asking me if I did? Yeah. No, I never did.
Okay.
I don't get like as horny as I am as an individual, as high as my sex drive is, as I'm sure all of us in the friend group, because we're such young men and stuff like that. Like when we're on vacation together, it's like out of like you just can't, because it's like you're with your boys and stuff like that. Even if you're with your girl or like whatever it is, like you just can't, because like my focus is like I'm with like my guy friends, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like fucking like when I'm
bricked up.
Yeah, bricked up on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
But anyways, wait. So what was I saying? So yeah, so Disney. It was like I was back and forth between Tom and Andy and that group, and then Luke Man, Vishal, and Mike Pastupak. Yeah. It would have been really great.
That's kind of tough. Yeah.
I wish, dude. If it.
Well, but if I would have won, then you still would have been between two, because I was more friends with them than...
See, I don't know if that's... Okay, technically, I guess that's true, but at the same time, like, I'm thinking of, like, obviously you can't help but do this, but I'm thinking of, like, how we are right now with each other versus, like, you know, if we were to, like, go and travel and do that, right? I think now it's just such a cohesive group where there's none of that, like, awkward, like, small talk.
So one thing that I wanted to mention, like, I kind of... If we think about us as a friend group, we're kind of, in high school, we were pretty different people.
100%.
Right? And compared to each other, too, we were pretty different people.
100%.
So, you know, I was thinking one day, I forget, you know, a little while ago, how did we all become friends? And, like, I thought about it, and I thought to myself, like, I became friends with you for certain things. I became friends with Andy for certain things. I became friends with Tom for certain things. I'm not saying I was the glue to introduce everyone together, because you were friends with Tom in math class and stuff. But like, I think that certainly helped. That I was individually friends with all of you guys.
Yeah.
And then we came together.
I think it was meant to be because of that fact.
I wouldn't go that far.
Really?
But I would say that it definitely helped the group come together.
I think.
How was the? Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna ask?
How was the order for you in making the friends?
The order for me was 1,000%. So obviously I had known about Paul already because I went to middle school with him, but I wasn't friends with him at all. Like I never spoke to him. You were my first friend. Like I remember you being my first like fucking like best friend in high school. And that
we
was
hung out a lot. I would come over your house a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
And then from there, I remember. See, this is where my lapse in memory occurs because I can't remember if it was Andy or Tom that happened first. I think I'm gonna say Tom just because I remember very vividly. He was sitting to my left in geometry class, and I was sitting next to Kyle.
10th grade for you?
10th grade, yeah. And I was sitting next to Kyle Kondracki. Great kid, or again, by the way. And I like turned to my left, and I'm like, he's sitting by himself in the back of the class. I'm like, yo, you want to like sit next to us? Yeah, no. But because he was always like popular and stuff like that. And like, I was like, yo, like, do you want to sit next to us? And then we like struck up conversation. We both ended up liking Drake and Josh. And then from there, we had kind of just like became friends. Then I remember Andy. And then right, like literally within the same week or whatever it may be, I remember Vishal and Paul. And then I remember really gelling with Vishal and Paul, I would say around when I was in 10th grade. When I was in 10th grade. Yeah, when I was in 10th/11th grade, I remember gelling with them because at that point, you, Andy, and Tom were really close.
Yep.
And then
you were closer with them for a bit.
Yeah.
And we were closer with us for a bit.
So then I started hanging out with them, and then from there, it was like, I have these two amazing friend groups.
And that's when we had a little rough patch, if you remember. Yeah. We were like arguing and stuff. And
yeah.
I say I was being a dick to you.
You weren't being a dick. I think it was like you were just naturally more of like you had thicker skin. He had thicker skin, and I'm a sensitive bitch.
But I don't know. Thinking back, I don't know why that even came up because we were just fine alone.
Yeah. It's in a group environment, and I think it's subconsciously, if I'm thinking like really deep diving, it's like it has to do with like when there's like a group of guys together, there's always like a power dynamic that happens.
And that's not good.
When you're younger, now it's not the case at all. Now it's like we know and respect each other, and like it's beautiful now, right? But I guess in that time frame, there was like a little bit of a rough patch between you and I. And then it happened where like I was like, well, I talked about this in the other podcast. I was intimidated to hang out in a group setting with you because I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't want to be the butt of a joke because I was really
and that's messed up.
Insecure and stuff like that. No, but
looking back,
it builds character for me.
Yeah, that's the easy thing to say. And that was unfortunately my bad argument for justifying how I treated you. And say, oh, it's for you to get thick skin. No, that's a bunch of bullcrap.
See, he's acting though like he said some really horrible shit. It was just like jokes and stuff like that. Like I would be the butt of jokes in a group setting.
No, but that's not. I think I'm a little more mature now, and that's not. No matter what it is, who wants to be the butt of a joke? Nobody.
Well, see, this is the exact reason that in one of the previous episodes, the one with Paul and Vishal, I sent you a Snapchat of this, we'd all come to the agreement that you have come so far as like personal growth and development. And that's like such a beautiful thing, and that should always be like recognized. I just want to point that out. But yeah, so that was like that rough patch that we went through. And then from there, I'd gone closer with Paul and Vishal. And then at a certain point, I kind of realized, well, like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna not be friends with you because of it was literally just a rough patch. It's not like I don't want to be friends with you.
You didn't talk to me for like 2 months.
Yeah. I really started like I dropped out. I went off the map.
And that was another thing that I told you. Like I spoke to you. I was like, if we have problems, let's talk it out.
Yeah. This was in front of a local ice cream shop.
Yeah.
That was a really transformative conversation for me. I remember that. That was like a really.
I felt as if like if we have problems, let's just talk about it and let's communicate about it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being silent and not speaking on it, because at the end of the day, like we were, like you said, we were without us, like, who knows if any of those people at the ice cream shop will be there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, we were the first two friends.
Yeah,
right.
That's a really good point.
For the first two friends to not be able to work through something like that, and I was an idiot. I know that, and I'm not gonna blame you, but you know, for you to not communicate through that, because you know it sounds all silly and whatever, but like, you know, we are very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think the way to go about that is definitely communication, and not just like, oh, I'm not going to talk to him and whatever. Not justifying what I did. I was wrong, and I know I was wrong, but you know, I definitely appreciate like the communication to talk about it and call me out and be like, hey, you know, I don't appreciate what you did here, there, and there, and I didn't like that, and just be straight up, and I guess that airs to your thing of being like intimidating and stuff, and I get that, you know, but at the end of the day, like, we're not gonna fight, we're not gonna do anything. It's just talk. And if it did come to the fight at that, you'd probably body slam me at that time.
See, this is the funny thing too, though. This is what I was gonna say. Part of the, and I'm more than willing to admit this, part of the reason why I was so like intimidated was because of the fact that I was actually physically scared of you, even though I was a taller and like heavier guy. You were so naturally like when we'd fuck around, right, and you'd like shove me or whatever it was, I was like, if that's his playful shove, no. I'm in some deep shit if anything goes for real. This is obviously high school, like, and the reason I say that is because now, like, there is no fucking shot that it would ever get to that level. But I'm saying, like, back then we have
respect, and
yeah,
even back then we had respect, but maybe we didn't really.
We did, but it wasn't as cement. Like, now it's like harder than concrete, whatever it is. Like, now it's just known, right? But back then it's like you're still kind of like, you're like, in that sense, there's always like that power dynamic amongst young men and stuff like that, whatever. And that's why I was a little more intimidated to kind of confront you about these like issues that I had with like our relationship in a group dynamic. And then I guess that's why it led to that period where I didn't talk to you, but then you had then confronted me about it, which then led to a lot of personal growth on my end, where I'd realized like, it's always better to address something.
So that's
kind of just let it subside.
Did I like say like, hey, what's up?
Or yeah, no, it was so I was kind of forced into this because, okay, so Andy and Tom had not seen me in a while because they would always hang out with him. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to be there because I'm scared, because if he's there, and he always makes little jokes or whatever. And then eventually what ended up happening is where they were all hanging out, they're like, yo, you have to come out. Like, what's going on? So then I came out, and then when we were when we were there, you would come up to me and be like, yo, like, what's good? Like, how come we haven't seen each other in so long? And then
because you would hang out with them when I'm not there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I had made it a point at that period in my life to like try to avoid contact with you, because I was like, oh fuck, like I don't want to be like, because I was just hypersensitive.
That's messed up. It's messed up on my part
and my end too, because in retrospect, it would have just all been ended had I just been like confronted you about it, because you're not an irrational person. I was just irrationally scared.
No, I think back then I was a little bit.
I think it's both.
I was a little off the rails, because Miguel would even say, when I was upstate and I was like a younger kid, 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, we lived in an apartment complex, and like there was a bunch of other little kids around too. And like, for whatever reason, I was a loose cannon. I was just like making fun of kids and messing with kids and whatever. And I was I don't know if I would say I was a bully, because like I was friends with those kids. Maybe they didn't see me as a friend looking back at it. I mean, I don't know if I would say that, because actually, you know, 2 people that I lived with upstate reached out to me one time. I never post on my social media. And I did one time on my Snap story when we were in DR. I don't know if you remember that. I posted on my Snap story, and 2 people from up there reached out, Neil and Mariah, 2 of those kids from upstate. And you know, Neil, I got to say, he was one kid that I made fun of a little too much, and I feel bad. And I felt bad, and he reached out to me, and I was actually surprised that he reached out to me, considering all that, you know, I was making fun of him for, you know. And like, now being more mature and stuff, like I just straight up like apologized to the kid for how I acted when I was younger. And he said, no, I appreciate you apologizing, but like he said something kind of like, oh, like it kind of made me stronger.
It
But
did.
I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that because it's stupid and it shouldn't happen, and that should not be the way for someone to get stronger or quote stronger, because that's a bunch of bull crap. It's not like you're not strong before that.
No,
Like,
you can be.
Nah, man. For his sake and for you, I shouldn't have done that. There's no reason for that. Me and him were friends. I would sleep over the kid's house.
See, but this all speaks to
I would sleep over your house.
Yeah, but
there's no room for that.
This all speaks to your personal development. That's
Yeah,
why.
I think it comes to maturity. I was just immature back then. And
I don't think it
everyone
comes to
matures.
maturity. I don't think it comes to maturity because there are people that will have like were that same way and then they double down on it instead of being able to own up to their past or whatever it may be, right? And then trying to learn and grow from it. There are people like that, and they're mature, right? I guess in like the conventional societal standards, but I think it's just a personal growth thing. When you can when you can face the man in the mirror and kind of see his flaws and recognize where you can improve, that is a really big thing. And you did that.
I'm
somewhere
trying,
along the lines.
I'm trying, but they both reached out to me, whatever, and I was very happy that they did. And what was I saying before that?
You talking about like with us or like with those guys?
With you guys.
Like how we went through a rough patch, and then after that, and
like the that you guys both said, "Oh, it made you strong" or whatever. I don't like to hear that, but whatever. So we eventually like talked it through and I think that was from then on, like it was good.
Smooth sailing.
There was a little bits where I kind of like went back to like making fun of you a little bit and this and that. But
no, but it wasn't just me, which is the difference. There was before then it had been just me, but then you kind of started spreading the wealth, so to speak, and then I had also learned how to, because of
that's
tempering.
what I was going to say. I was talking to Tom and I was talking to Kelly. Now you're very quick with the tongue. If I say something to you, there are several times where I've like thrown something at you or like tried to make fun of you, and you've said some things to me that just shut me up.
I'm not gonna lie though. That's only with the friend group.
I'm like, what do I say?
That's only with the friend group though, because and I'll tell you, this is so funny that you mentioned this, bro.
I remember we were playing Fortnite, and I was making fun of you, and you were like, "Shut up with your Squidward sounding ass," and I was just like,
wait, what?
You don't remember that?
I remember this.
Yo, I remember because that stung.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
no way. I'm sorry. No, bro. I don't remember this. I don't remember this. Oh my god.
No, that was so good. I remember we were jumping in tilted towers.
What the fuck?
And I was on the outside balcony.
No, I don't remember.
And I was flying in, and you were like, "Shut up with your Squidward sounding ass." I was just like,
yo, what the fuck? This bitch gotta be interrupting. Sorry, continue.
So I was just like, I was like, what do I say to that?
I don't
and you
remember
just
this.
straight up shut me up.
I don't remember this. No, I'm not gonna lie though. Like that's only with the friend group because I'm comfortable.
Because I did sound nasally over the headset. I did.
I
do. I probably do. If you listen to this back,
no, you don't sound nasally at all.
I felt
you don't sound nasally
times
at all.
Like
and then maybe just
I'm sure I sound a little nasally, but whatever. But it was hilarious. Like
I don't remember that.
I think I'm it sounds weird. Like first of all, I don't get offended by that because I know I deserve that and more from what I gave you.
No, that's not fair to say.
Like it was very funny, and like I love to see that from you. The fact that you just shoot right back and shoot back hard now, like. You are very quick-witted now, or I'm sure you were before. Maybe you were a little shy to do it, but you are very quick-witted now that you just shut. You could shut anyone up.
That was learned through. That's why I'm saying it did make me stronger.
I don't think it was learned.
All of your guys' friendship.
I don't think it was learned.
I swear to God, it was.
You have it within you to do the podcast. You have it within.
No, but that's not quick. This is not quick-wittedness.
You have I've had conversation with friends in the group. You have something about you that's very, you can't learn. And your argument is you've learned it. That those are like intangible, unteachable qualities that people have. You're like, I can't talk the way you talk. I can't hold conversation the way you hold conversation. I'm not as charismatic as you are. I'm none of that. And no. And you have these things that they're not learned. They're not. So when you say, oh, it was learned, no, it wasn't. You have things about you that they're like, you fit this. You fit the podcast. You fit the talking. You fit the. You're very sociable. You're relatable. People feel comfortable around you. Like, that's a great quality to have. If you think about it, people don't. You've said this to me before. People don't feel that comfortable around me, and I'm like, to a certain extent, I feel bad about that.
No, hold on. See, this is the beauty of life, because there's in most things there's no right and wrong way, right? The reason why that may be is because of the fact that you let it be known what your opinions and thoughts of certain things are from the get, which is, in a lot of people's minds, something that they would consider to be a skill in it of itself. See, like, I aspire to be more like forefront with my like thoughts on things, and not be so like kind of reserved. The reason why people feel comfortable, I would say, is because of the fact that I kind of like withhold certain things and withhold from saying certain things, whereas you don't even say certain things, you just kind of give off a look or whatever it may be that lets it be known, like, okay, like, I don't really agree with you. And that's good, because then the person knows, like, oh, like, he's not someone to be trifled with. Because then a lot of times with people, I guess, like me, and this has happened before, you get taken advantage of, whereas you're much less likely to be taken advantage of. But that's like a whole other, that's like separate conversation. I appreciate everything you just said, right? But I don't agree with the fact that, like, I'm more charismatic or whatever it be. We're all different. No, we're all different. And you listen.
That's not up for argument. You straight up are. You ask anyone, and it's you. Absolutely. I'm not.
I think I just say dumb shit more often.
I'm not saying this to toot your horn. I know for a fact. Ooh, this one's gonna be rough. I know for a fact you are, and I think everyone would say that you are too. And I don't feel bad to say that I'm not as charismatic as you. Like, you just have these qualities, and that's great.
I don't think that's accurate though, because this is the thing. Like, what is?
Nah, come on.
I don't want to be like fucking like what's it called? Like, that's not equal. I don't want to be like. There we go. I don't want to be like fucking like devil's advocate here, but what people consider charisma is I think that's subjective. I think I'm just more loud and like, I think I'm just more loud with certain things, but you're a very charismatic individual too.
I think to boil it down, charismatic would mean to me like being comfortable around and likable. If you want to boil down,
yeah, but you're not an unlikable guy. That's the thing. Like,
but if you say that I was, quote, intimidating, which, I mean, more like, you could boil that down.
You're intimidating when you want to be. And that's not because of the fact, like, some of it is not help. Like, if you wear a smile on your face, you're still a taller individual. You're still fucking built a certain way. There are certain things you can't. I mean,
all right. So those are two physical features that you just said.
What do you mean?
Those are two physical features there's no personality part in that at all.
Yeah, but intimidation doesn't just play
charismatic is a personality thing. Charisma is not a physical thing. Charisma is a personality thing.
Okay, yes, that's true, but you countered the fact, like, your counter argument as to why you're not charismatic was because you said that I said that you were intimidating. But my argument is that there are certain things about intimidation, right, that can't be helped, which is even if you wear a smile on your face, even if you try to do certain things, there are certain like attributes about you as a person which cannot be helped, meaning like the way you're shaped, the way you're built, you look like you're just going to be physically intimidating to some people, and that can't be helped. Like, no matter how nice you are, no matter how fucking like smiley you are, that's never gonna take away from the fact that like I'm built like a teddy bear, right? Like if I was
No,
like,
you're not.
no,
Come on now.
I'm large, but I'm soft looking. Like if I was like,
Yeah, you could throw a punch though.
but see,
You
people
knock
don't.
somebody out though.
But this is the thing. Someone wouldn't think that looking at me. I still don't. I don't know. I don't
And
necessarily
then they
think that's
step on
true.
you and they get a 2-piece no bev.
No, I don't think. No, but like, this is the thing. Like, I'm not one that looks like that.
That's another thing that I wanted to mention. And I've said this to you before, and you were like, "No, no way, no way, no way." I told you that if there's anyone that we had to, what happens if we get into a fight? If there's anyone
He's
that
about
I
to
would
cap.
pick in the friend group to be like, all right, I'm choosing you to go 2v2 with somebody, it would be you.
Maybe in COD, but that's this talking. And let me tell you why.
Brandon, I'm at a 1.
Oh, no, you're not Paul, bro. Andy is a fucking gorilla.
Andy's huge. Andy's huge and super strong. Probably
Ridiculous.
Probably the strongest pound for pound in the friend group. Although we say your chest is stronger than his chest.
I think Paul's chest is stronger than
Paul's chest pound for
pound.
pound is the strongest in the friend group. That is true.
Yeah,
That
he's
is
fucking
true.
crazy.
But your chest is stronger than Andy's chest. But I think Andy is just.
When I work out, but
I think
work out
Andy's
right now.
just a little stronger than you in general.
Not little, is. Yeah.
But for the fighting part, I would pick you. Yeah. And I've told you this before, and you're like, no way. But yeah, no, I would. We've done boxing, a few boxing sessions together, and you know how to throw a punch. You know how to move. And my dad says you know how to move. You move very well for a big kid. And you're a big guy.
Can I just...
And you would fight heavyweight. You would fight almost super heavyweight.
Deal? Listen, because they rag on me. My dad... Okay, look, can I tell you something right now?
Have they ever seen you punch? Have they ever caught you punch?
They've never seen me...
They've never caught you?
No. They've never caught me or anything. But this is the thing.
That's part of it.
I've told them, I'm like, yo, because they know like what's up with you and they know what's up with your dad.
If they see my dad catch you, they would shut up.
I don't think that's true. I think they'd still find a way to rag on me. But I've told them.
Maybe one time we'll have my dad over here and he'll catch me, then he'll catch you. And then they'll watch you.
I think if he catches you first.
No. Then I won't do it. He'll catch you and they'll see you and they'll be like, oh.
No.
Okay.
But bro, let me tell you, this motherfucker is disgusting with that shit.
Nah.
You're disgusting.
It's recreational.
Okay, yeah. I'm not saying you're fucking
No,
Floyd Mayweather. Oh yeah.
So this one's gonna hurt.
We don't have any fucking.
I have
pickle
no
juice.
pickle juice.
Get the tea. Get the tea. You gotta chase it with something. You don't chase it with anything, you're kind of fucked, bro.
You want some?
No, I'm good. I got water right here.
Big man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is for cheers to Jameson for the Irish people. I'm not gonna lie, water doesn't do it the same.
Neither does tea.
Water doesn't do it the same. Okay. Anyways.
Tea.
Whew. Okay.
Oh my God, neither does tea. Anyway.
We're good. Okay, so anyways, no, yeah, I'm not saying you're like Floyd Mayweather, right? But when it comes to like you throw a beautiful punch and like your dad is very, so his dad, right, used to be a like a actual competitive boxer. I would say professional boxer. And
not professional.
okay, well, I guess not by like where he was in the pros, but he was high level amateur.
He was amateur. And a lot of boxers, they go amateur for a few fights and then they go pro like pretty easily. Like the transition from amateur to pro isn't that difficult. If he wanted to, I think he could have been pro. Being pro is not as difficult as you may think. Like being a basketball player, pro footballer, pro, soccer player, that's difficult because you need to be recruited by a team.
Okay.
You can go pro in boxing and not be that good.
But
Sorry.
your dad was a very talented and still is very talented. He knows all the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And you have given me the privilege of being able to like go to the gym and have sessions with you guys. It's always so much fun. We've done it like more than a handful of times, like probably
Like 5-6 times.
I would say more. I would think like 7 to 9, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want to do more.
Here's the thing, right? Like, oh yeah, I would love to do a weekly thing.
Yeah. Well, my hand's all healed up, so whenever you want to finally.
And that was my gloves that messed you up that one time.
That stitching, I think you shouldn't use those gloves because that stitching does fuck your shit up.
It's the fold of the stitching,
and it's
on the
right on the knuckle, of like this
just
knuckle.
the second knuckle of your pinky.
Yeah, fucks your shit up.
So you say all this stuff about my dad, right? So doesn't that mean that his word means something when he says you know how to throw a punch?
No, so that's what I was gonna say, right? Like when he said that, I'm like baffled, and then obviously like I can't help but to be giddy about it, right? Because the joke within our family is that like I'm tall and I'm gifted in stature, but I'm so clumsy and uncoordinated. It's like I'm not as athletic as my dad and all them.
He said you are very coordinated. He said that to you straight up.
Yeah.
You're very coordinated.
Is your dad one to sugarcoat things though? You could be honest.
Honestly, a little bit, but he's not gonna sugarcoat something that's not true.
Okay.
So like
maybe so it was true, but maybe amplified a little bit to make me feel good, which is again a very appreciated
look,
thing.
Here's the thing: like you are relatively new to boxing.
Oh, no. I'm not. Yeah, he's not saying like I'm like you're gonna be a fucking world champion. He's just saying for the average Joe, maybe not even
for
the
your
average Joe.
size and for your size, which is not including the average Joe, which is including people of your size.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to throw a punch. You know how to move. You know how to move your head. You know you have decent footwork for your size, which is great.
Yeah.
Right?
So I came home like giddy about that, and I told them that, and they were like, bullshit. They were like, no fucking way.
Your uncle too?
Yeah, of course. Because you know he's really big into like he's a huge fan of fighting.
Jiu-jitsu, right?
Like that. He's done a couple of classes, and I want to do jiu-jitsu too because that's one thing that's like very important. It's like boxing and jiu-jitsu according to Joe Rogan and all this. But what like he's a huge fan of all that, and I told him like, yo, like Mike's dad said this, and he's like, well, you know. He's lying to you. Like he was just and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo.
No.
I just no, but realistically though, I do have to keep I want to make that like a consistent thing because that's really fun and it's also really good exercise.
Yeah, great cardio. Yeah. Nah, but you know, like I said, if they were to see you throw punches, move, throw combos, get caught, they probably wouldn't be ragging on you as they were or as they did.
Maybe not my uncle, but my dad for sure.
Nah, man. Think about how proud your dad would be, like seeing, like, oh damn.
No, but my dad got jumped. My dad had like my dad. Do you know the story about like how my dad got jumped once?
I don't know about that one, but I know he's gotten into his fights and him and the dogs got into his fights and stuff. But like, I mean, then he would know like, oh, this is a decent punch.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's probably never seen you do that.
No, he hasn't.
He's never seen you do that.
No. Well,
and like, and I mean, it's not that, you know, he's not present. It's that he just doesn't.
He's not at the gym when we go to do our little sessions.
See you get caught. Like, even if he was like, all right, Brandon, let me see you punch. Like, you can't extract that full, like, boxing spirit out of you if your dad asked you to do that.
Yeah.
Like if your dad was like, all right, hit the bag, let me see what you got.
Yeah.
Versus I'm like, my dad knows the boxing stuff. So if my dad were to say, all right, hit the bag, do this, let me catch you, do this, and your dad was watching,
different context.
Yeah, then it'd be like, oh man, like this kid's doing pretty well.
I guess so. I appreciate that for sure. And I definitely need to, if I want to improve on that, I need the tutelage of you and your dad for sure. Like that's like, like I said, like I want to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Dude, how did we get to that? What the fuck were we talking about before this?
I don't know if my headset didn't die, right? I mean, this goes through the mic. No, I hear myself. It went do is the low battery.
Oh, it's on low battery because we've been at this for coming up on 3 hours now.
What would you say? The last part there?
Wow. What were we talking about before this?
Before the boxing stuff?
Yeah.
It was the intimidation thing and the that's probably way back.
No, yeah, I don't know. Dude, I don't even know at this point. It's just been glorious conversation. We've made such great strides as friends and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Any closing remarks you want to make on the episode?
It's a sharp close, but
No, not like I'm saying within like 20 minutes. I'm not saying like right now. Any other topics?
I think we've, like you said, this is a natural conversation. It's not like we were scripted or anything.
Nothing.
But we covered a lot. We covered a lot, from video games to a little bit of the life, a little bit of the rat race, a little bit about the friendships, a little bit about the personal growth, a little bit about the boxing stuff right here at the end.
Yeah.
We covered a lot, and that's off the cuff. That's just,
bro. What did you say? Oh shit! What did you say was your drunkest moment when I was there?
My drunkest moment. Oh, I didn't tell you. My drunkest moment was
so.
Upstate when we were at your place. We were playing Brawlhalla. At the very end of the night, me, Paul, and Vishal were talking stocks a little bit. Do you remember
what?
That was my drunkest moment.
No fucking way.
Yes,
you seemed so put together and way too sober.
That night, I was laying in bed and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Like helicopters.
It was just spinning.
No fucking way, bro.
I went to the bathroom and I was just like over the toilet. I was just like, ugh. Yeah, that was it.
That's crazy.
That was it.
I can't believe that. That's fucking crazy.
And Kelly's grad party
Well, that's just currently, because there's many more to come.
Yikes!
For sure.
Gonna kill me.
Yo, okay, actually, I want to talk about one more
shots right here.
No, another. Yeah, let's. You know what? Let's take another.
No, chill. Okay. We're about to finish up, man.
No, we're not about to finish. Who the fuck? Let me just nightcap one.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat. Let's relax.
You gonna eat too. Hold on. No, I'll make us a little pizza after this. Hold on. Wait. I got it. Don't you worry.
What is this, number 6 for the podcast?
Something like that. I don't know. 6.5, 5.5.
See, we're not exaggerating when we go through a bottle. We go through a bottle of tequila.
No, this fucking dog, bro. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways,
so this is 6 each, huh?
I guess so.
Anyway,
we'll just do like half. We'll just here. You want to pour your own? Because I don't want to over pour you. Anyways. Something that I did want to... Bro, my dog is barking in the background. Sorry if you guys can hear that. I tried to put the noise gate as high as I could with it being reasonable. But you're just going to have to deal with the low-budget version of this show as of right now. It's for the memories.
These are the glory days, man. You're going to look back and be like, this is a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, again, like, even if I make it fucking where I'm racking bang from this... Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. You still going to be... Like, I'm not one to forget my roots. You know that. But anyways, the thing I was going to say, I have a gripe to pick with him.
With him? Who's him?
You, motherfucker. I have been trying to get this guy to eat ramen.
You mean salt water?
You know what? Give me this shit back. No, bro, I swear to God, ramen. I've been trying. Okay, look, he's one to appreciate culinary delights, and I'm trying to get you to go. You know what? Look, this is what I'm gonna do.
You all the time about the saltwater thing. Like, no,
I know you're not serious about it. No, I know.
Like, I know there's a lot to that.
This is what I'm gonna do.
It's funny. Like, I have to admit, when you were like, "Oh, we got to go get ramen," like, I was looking up ramen. And I was looking at ramen chefs, and I was looking at tonkatsu ramen, and like different ways to make ramen. Obviously, tonkatsu. I mean, not obviously, but it's pork broth or pork bone ramen. Mm-hmm. So that's tonkatsu. That's That's how you say pork bone or something like that.
I'm not. Like that. Something like that. Not really quite.
So it came up a lot, and I'm interested in watching how they make the ramen. I know it's an art. And I know it's like it's way more. I just mess with you all the time,
No, I know you're joking, but this is the thing I want to do. Because you're gonna be such a regular fucking guest, right? Like, with the next time we have an episode, I hope to God that by then you will like go and try it with me, and I want to include B-roll over the footage of you actually trying it for the first time. We'll include a segment in there because that shit will be amazing. Oh my God. All right, let's take this because this is going to be the fucking nightcap. Oh, my God. We'll chill a little bit. Oh, my God. It's already 11. I was supposed to see my girl,
it's
bro.
a Wednesday night. Did you even text her? Did you
I
let her
can't
know?
because my fucking phone is... dude, she was supposed to come over and eat dinner with me. I feel so bad. Hannah, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, too. It was my fault.
No, she's... You know, one of the things about her that's so amazing is she's so, like, incredibly supportive of, like, this passion of mine. I feel bad, too, because... Not to get into, like, such a side note, but, like... She is a very passionate person about her career, and I don't want to shit on anyone that didn't, but unlike a lot of people, she actually pursued her passion and dream as her profession. You know how a lot of people
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I should be more supportive of that. I think the balance there is a little, you know.
No, I think you are. You show interest in what
I'm
she does.
very interested in it, but I get like sometimes I'm like, damn, like we can't see each other as much because she's working. She's a very hard worker. I mean, you know that, but you know, whatever. Anyways, cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, Anna. Cheers. Salud.
Ugh. Ew.
You know it's something that's weird. The lighting just changed because the fucking lights turned off.
Ugh.
You know what's weird? You said this was made out of what? Wheat?
Yeah.
It has 0 carbs in it.
It's distilled like a lot.
So you think that's what takes the carbs out?
Oh yeah.
Let me know, by the way, in the Q&A poll on this video or in the comment section on YouTube. Well, I guess it would have to be the comment section on YouTube. If you think the lighting right now is better than with the LED strips going around the thing. Is your clock off?
If they made it 3 hours in.
I know one person will. I know for a fact my uncle will.
Really? Props to him. That's awesome.
It's insane how supportive he is of this, and like he literally
Damn, that's great.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. I'm like so lucky
Andres?
to have
Yeah.
I'm so lucky to have like you. I'm so lucky to have, you know, fucking Andy. He's not been on like this version yet, right?
Yeah.
He's only seen the bootleg version in the way beginning when I just had the microphone stands, and he doesn't listen to the episodes. I know that.
I'm not gonna lie. A few of the earlier ones I didn't either.
No, that's fine.
I've listened to
I don't
say like 5.
I don't
or
expect
6.
you to listen to all of them.
I should.
You shouldn't though, because you're friends with me, right? Like,
I mean, this is our life, right? Like it's your life that I'm a part of, so I know a lot of
exactly. So
like,
why would you? It's like redundant information.
But still, man, got to show up in the analytics.
Yeah, get that. Yo,
Get
you
your,
know, I'm
ad revenue up.
Yeah, I'm at I think $1.64 now from total ad revenue.
Damn,
It's fucking nasty,
rolling
bro.
in the dough.
I'm about to buy a Rolls Royce
Ramen
and
on you.
everything.
Ramen on you.
Ramen on me. Ramen on me. Ramen on me.
You get a shot glass of ramen for that.
Dude, no, but seriously though, because ramen's actually really good to eat in like the winter time, for whatever reason, because it's like a warm, hearty. Yeah, when it sits in your stomach, it's like really good. We'll go during the winter time and go get you a bowl of Ippudo ramen in the city. We'll figure some shit out. Maybe on a weekend or something we'll go. I know Hannah will definitely be down to go because she loves that place. But yeah, if you're down, we're down.
Yeah, sure, man.
You love that thing, don't you?
I do.
I'm so happy.
Bro, how would I not love this thing?
We have to watch the reaction after we're done here. You have any left closing statements? We just passed the 3-hour mark. Jesus Christ, this has been a good one.
I mean, you know how it is when we talk. This could keep going till 5 a.m. Honestly,
it has. You know? It has.
You at the beginning, you were like, all right, hour and a half podcast. 3 hours later.
I know, it's always double. I really have to try.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
But you know, I guess it's hard, and unfortunately, that's on you, buddy. I'm the guest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to have to. But this is the thing. It's like when I'm witness to something so beautiful forming in front of me, how can I be the type of person to just cut it short? Yeah. I can't. It's hard. Even right now, I don't want to cut it short, but it's getting to be an unrealistic time. You got work tomorrow. I got work tomorrow. But yeah,
work from home, baby.
I'm
working from home tomorrow.
Yeah. Same.
Nah, but I don't know. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be on CWC. Soon, who knows? Maybe we'll get a get a name change or something in there, but CWC is very good.
That actually,
Whatever.
in the polls, that one, for whatever reason, people
polled
really...
better.
Yeah, it polled better.
I mean, I told you I like how it alludes to both your cultures, which is nice, always, of course. So yeah, you know, I like the name, and of course, I'm sure I would love any other name you make.
Because you're so
Because you
supportive.
made this one. You made this one, so, you know. But yeah, like I said, you know, very honored always to be on the podcast. Anything I could do to help out.
You always
Hope I make a little interesting content for the people out there.
You always do, bro.
But yeah, you know, thanks for having me.
Get ready. He's already been on... You've been on one before.
Yeah.
And just be prepared to see his face quite often. Because I would, again, besides normal CWC, I would love to have you on, you know, whatever the video game sub-series ends up being, where we could talk about different things. I will say what I'm looking into, like trying to look into with that is I'm going to try to end up like downloading more like indie studio games that are free on the PS
That's pretty
store.
cool. Yeah.
So I could kind of give like a review or thoughts on that type of stuff. I downloaded one called Vigor. Maybe it's free on Steam too, if you want to look into it. I don't know if it's crossplay. Vigor. It's like a looter shooter base game.
Okay.
And it's multiplayer. But yeah. Cross platform or cross play compatible just basically means like me on a PS5 can play with someone who is on a PC or Xbox One or Xbox Series X, whatever the current gen console is. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for being on this episode, my friend.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
All right. And do you want to plug your Instagram handle just in case? I don't know. If
nah,
you want... No?
I'm not about that. I'm an old head.
He's an old head.
Cue the outro music, though.
Cue the outro music. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.
Peace.